best side in competition history to net help them to reach a ninth tournament final overall. If they manage that, they will reach a back-to-back Afcon finals for just the second time, though having lost 3 of their last 4 tournament matches against the host country, winning just 1. Nigeria will approach you with a caution in this encounter, and for the host Morocco, they put Cameroon to the sword in the last 8, running out of 2-0 victors as they made it to 3 successive wins to 0. Never before have they managed that feat across 4 consecutive matches at Afcon, something they'll be hoping to achieve tonight in order to reach just their 3rd final in the competition after 1976 and 2004. The ability to score will also be important in helping to reach the showpiece event, though. And with the Atlas Lions only failing to score in 1 of their last 18 games at Afcon, they seem well placed and of course poised to take the next step on the road to ending a 50-year wait to win this competition once again. And most definitely we are on the way right there at the Prince Moulay Abdallah Stadium in Rabat, Morocco. Make that 1 minute of football being played. Super Eagles of Nigeria 0, the Atlas Lions of Morocco 0. Super Eagles of Nigeria playing from left to right, while for the Moroccans playing from right to left. For the Eagles, definitely donning their traditional home jersey, white shirt, and of course white socks as well. While for the Moroccans, it's red shirt, green shorts, and of course red socks as well. This is your Champions Dial, Eagles 7 Sports Radio 103.7 FM. I warmly and officially welcome you to the ultimate football experience, live coverage of this pulsating encounter, semi-final, right there in Rabat, Morocco. This is the voice of yours truly, Donald Senna, aka Donaldo, the big game player. I shall be your lead commentator for this explosive encounter tonight, and of course, my color commentator, you all already heard his voice, the administrator of soccer, Dennis Oumi. Welcome. It doesn't get bigger, better than this.
I tell you, it's a blockbuster game, and we are excited to be here tonight.
Yeah, most definitely, we are indeed excited to be here tonight, and of course, once again, the Gladiators are doing battle for Super Eagles of Nigeria. It's a 4-3-1-2 formation. In between the 6, Stanley Wambali Bobo of Chipa United, just number 23-man, and for the defenders, Bright Osai Samuel, just number 2, Shemilo Gwajayi, just number 6, Kevin Bassi, just number 21, Bruno Nyemechi, just number 13, for the midfielders of Frank Ogochuko Onyeka, just number 8, Rafael Onyedika, just number 18, Alex Naiwobi, just number 17, Ademola Lookman, just number 7, Victor James Osimhen, just number 9. Not forgetting Jerome Akko Adams, just number 22. And for the host nation, it's also a 4-3-3 formation between the sticks. Yasin Bono, just number 1. For the defenders, Nusai Mazraoui, just number 3. Adam Masina, just number 25. Nayaf Agwed, just number 5. Achraf Hakimi, just number 2. Ismail Saibari, just number 11. Neil Al Ainawi, just number 24. Bilal El Kanous, just number 23. And for the 3 prong attackers up there, Zal Zuli, just number 17. Ayub El Kabi, just number 20. Not forgetting Brahim Diaz, just number 10. And of course, right down the substitute bench for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, we got Francis Odinaka Uzoho, Amas Obasyoge, Ogu Igbo, Fisel Delebashiru, Samuel Chukwueze, Mohamed Usman, Moses Simon, Zedu Sanusi, Paul Onuachu, Chidozie Awaziem, Chidera Ejuke, Salim Fago Lawal, Ebenezer Akinsomiro, and not forgetting Tochuko Nadi. While for the Moroccans, we've got Munir El Kajoui, Mehdi Ara, Sofian Rahimi, Sofian Amrabat, Elise Ben Segar, Usama Tegalini, Mohamed Chibi, Ilyas Akomach, Jawad El Yamik, Youssef El Nesri, James Dantalbi, Hamza Igamane, Anas Asala Edin, Abdulhamid Ait Abu Dadli, not forgetting Yusuf Abelamari. And for the coaches, most definitely for Super Eagles of Nigeria, we've got Eric Sakushel, the Franco-Malian, and for the Moroccan, Walid Regragui. Well, for the man saddled with the responsibility of ensuring that everything goes according to plan in this encounter. Talking about the man with the whistle, the referee. Yes, a Ghanaian, Daniel Ni Ayi Elaye, will be in charge of officiating this encounter. And for the assistant referee, Zakele Thusi, Granville Siwela from South Africa. And of course, for the assistant referee too, all the way from Lesotho, we've got Osuri Fatuane. And from the other nationals, we're talking about the assistant referee 3. We've got Arsenio Chadrek Marungule. And right there, we're talking about everything. The 4th official, Samuel Uwikunda. The VAR, Tom Abongile from South Africa. Assistant VAR 1, Haitem Guirat. Assistant VAR 2, Stephen Onyango Iyimbe. And the counter. Make that 5 minutes of football being played right there in Rabat, Morocco. Super Eagles of Nigeria 0. The Atlas Lions of Morocco nil. Yeah, don't get it twisted. We shall also do it by putting right in the heart of the action. With regards to everything else, it's currently ongoing right in England as well. Talking about the EFL Cup, it's about the first leg semi-final. Chelsea versus the Gunners right at the Arsenal. Yeah, both games actually kickstarted simultaneously. I will do it by bringing you the Gladiators doing battle right there at Stamford Bridge in the game involving Chelsea versus the Arsenal. Already 5 minutes on the clock right there. Chelsea nil, the Arsenal nil. For the Gladiators didn't battle in their counter. For Chelsea, it's a 4-2-3-1 formation. Robert Sanchez, Joshua Chepong, Trevor, Tom Chaloba, Wesley Fofana, Marco Correa, Enzo Fernandez, Andre Santos, Estival, Joao Pedro, Pedro Neto, not forgetting Magui. And for the Arsenal, Kepa Arrizabalaga, Juran Timber, Gabriel Magalhaes, William Saliba, Ben White, Martin Zubimendi, Declan Rice. Those birthdays today, Martin Odegaard, Leandro Trossard, Victor Ina Gyökeres, not forgetting Bukayo Saka. That's the first leg of the EFL Cup, a semi-final currently ongoing right at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea need the Arsenal nil. But to our star focus, the game that features on the heavyweight card of the ultimate football experience, obviously, is right there in Rabat, Morocco. Super Eagles of Nigeria versus the Atlas Lions of Morocco. Yeah, games are also ongoing right there in other part of the world as well. We saw games go down thick and fast right there in the Nigerian Premier Football League. Right there in German Bundesliga, Don and Dusted, Wolfsburg, they beat St. Pauli 2-1. 37 minutes on the clock, FC Cologne nil, Bayern Munich nil, Hoffenheim 2, Borussia Mönchengladbach nil, RB Leipzig nil, Freiburg nil. Right in Italian City, Don and Dusted, Napoli, they play at a goalless draw versus Parma. For Inter, of course, Lecce, currently goalless. 21 minutes on the clock right there, Copa del Rey, Albacete nil, Real Madrid nil. Is the reign of a new golfer. Alvaro Arbeloa, Deportivo Alaves nil, Rayo Vallecano nil, Real Betis nil, Elche nil. And of course, right there in Netherlands as well, games are also ongoing, not forgetting Turkey. Even right there in Portugal and of course Saudi Arabia, even in Belgium, in Scotland, everywhere it's on to. It's a football, one game without violence. 6 minutes on the clock right there in Morocco. A ball now in the hands of the Moroccans. From the left-hand side, well intercepted by Shemlo Guajayi. We roll out top play and of course it will be a throw into the Moroccans. Right in the half of Super Eagles of Nigeria. Definitely no love lost between both nations. Whenever they face off right there, a bit in African football or even in other competitions as well. Yeah, throwing taken quickly. They're still with the Moroccans. Definitely for Super Eagles of Nigeria, still flawless and faultless at this ongoing Afcon. Yeah, a cross whip to the right hand side, well controlled by the player right there. A one-on-one with his marker. Yeah, drops it into the penalty box, well blocked by the defender of Super Eagles of Nigeria. Yes, just cleared totally out of danger. Yet another throw into the Moroccans. Definitely starting like a house on fire from right hand side. 7 minutes on the clock right there. Still with the Moroccans. They've definitely just taken or grabbed the ball by the horn. And now to the left hand side. Moroccans still attacking. Yeah, just number 17 man. Ezazuli. One-on-one with the Bright. Now finds his teammates just in the half space. Now they go to the center. One-on-one with Alex Iwobi now to the right, inside the penalty box. Wow, Mando, he looks to take a strike. Wow! Just a flash in front of goal. Brahim Diaz. Definitely a big chance gone begging right there by Brahim Diaz.
Yes, the Moroccans have all the initiative now. I know they're trying to get an early goal. That's the only thing I think they know. And I think that's the only thing that can unsettle the Super Eagles, because they've not gone behind before in this tournament. So definitely, that was really, really, really close. So he's a player that Nigeria will need to pay close attention to, because he is very deadly. And I told you, like I said earlier, I said from the game, they have very strong from the right. They will try to isolate Diaz against Onyemachi. And I think who wins that battle will go a long way in determining who wins this game.
Well, Brahim Diaz, man who has got 5 goals in this competition so far, so good. There's a reason he's the current highest goal scorer of this competition. Man has scored in all matches he has played so far, so good. Starting from the game against the Sri Lankas of Comoros, against Mali, against Zambia, against Tanzania, and not forgetting against Cameroon as well. A man has always been rattling the back of the net. Just came so close to join the first blood against Super Eagles of Nigeria. Now Morocco attacking from right hand side. Yes, 2 players are now just doing to get initiative. And now gets the ball inside the penalty box. Drops it to the right hand side. Still the Moroccans 1-on-1 with Kevin Bassi. Whips in a cross, well blocked by Rafael Onyedika. Now with Kevin Bassi. Now to the skipper of the team, Victor James Osimhen. He's dispossessed. Yeah, both the players go down. And of course the referee, the Ghanaian Layer, blows his whistle for a fight against Victor James Osimhen. Osimhen just talking to the referee. Right about now, let's talk to a man right there in Lagos. Raymond Akparuere. Hello, Raymond.
Against us, against us.
All right, cool. Going back to this game. Definitely, a referee blew that one against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Yes, right there, Stamford Bridge. Definitely, the Arsenal have rattled the back of the net. The London Gunners, they've definitely. It's indeed a London derby in that encounter. We shall bring you confirmations regarding the player who actually rattled the back of the net for the Arsenal. Back to this game. A ball now in the hands of the Moroccans. Now they go back to their own half. Yes. The goal was scored by Ben White. Assist provided by the birthday boy Declan Rice. That goal came in the 7th minute. And that was how the Arsenal got their noses in front. EFL Cup semi-finals right at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 0, the Arsenal 1. Make that 11 minutes on the clock. Back to this game right then, Morocco. Nigeria, Morocco 0. And now back to Super Eagles of Nigeria. Frank Onyeka stole the ball right there, but that was too long. Rather, Jerome Akwa Adams. And now goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. Bono, not in a haste at all. In his own penalty box. Waiting for a free player to just pass the ball too. 11 minutes on the clock. Still with the Bono. Launches that one to the right-hand side. Well controlled. Looking to find a teammate, but no to Rafael Onyeka, not to Alex Iwobi. Alex Iwobi, who has been so intelligent, of course, intelligent and indeed unplayable in this ongoing Afcon. Onyedika, who has come in to replace with Onyendidi, who got accumulated yellow cards in the round of 16, of course, a quarter-final as well. What was that coming from the player of Super Eagles of Nigeria? Just literally passed the ball to Achraf Hakimi, current African Footballer of the Year. There are 3 players who have won the African Footballer of the Year in this encounter. Victor James Osimhen, 2023. Ademola Lookman, 2024. Right about now, current holder of the trophy. Achraf Hakimi, 2025. Now ball in the hands of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Kevin Bassey at a walking pace from the left-hand side. Man has been so important to this Super Eagles of Nigerian side. So reliable, of course, dependable. One player who played all minutes during the qualifiers for the World Cup. Unfortunately, Super Eagles of Nigeria failed to pick up that much net ticket to be at the World Cup. Well, what was that coming from Stanley Wambali Bobo? Indeed, wasteful from Stanley.
Now, if you look at the game properly, you see anytime Shemi Ajayi gets the ball, is a trigger for them to press because he's not very good on the ball. They unsettled him, and then they are looking at that as the way as a trigger to attack, to press the Nigerians. So the Nigerians must have to be very careful with that.
Well, going back to Lagos, Raymond Akparuere. The game is finally upon us. Nigeria vs Morocco.
Yeah, great game, great starts, plenty of pressure, plenty of tension, and I'm sure this is how it's going to be within the 90 minutes of this encounter. Expectations are quite high, and of course, we know that the Moroccans have begun like a house on fire. Eagles have been a bit under pressure in this encounter, but steadily, I think they will get back into the fray. But definitely, Moroccans seem to be using more of that right wing. The passes appear more accurate than the passes of the Nigerian team. I hope that this will be adjusted to, and we hope we get a better result. So far, not as dull as the one involving Senegal and, of course, Egypt. There's been some form of better passes, some more cohesion, and the Eagles are attacking. I hope they will get their ass well, so at least they can have a more steady and more confident performance. Good attempt by Nigeria, and those are the things we want to see. If you want to win again, the pressure has to continue, my guy.
Yeah, most definitely. If you want to win a game, the pressure must continue. Just a moment ago, that was indeed a fine strike coming from Super Eagles of Nigeria, forcing Bono to a fine save right there. Indeed, Ademola Lookman, a man who has been so electrifying for Super Eagles of Nigeria, just from the outside of the TR box, struck that one, looking for the bottom right corner for the goalkeeper. Bono parried that one. Definitely had that one under cover. Ademola Lookman has been so lively in this ongoing Afcon for Super Eagles of Nigeria. A referee blows his whistle for a foul on Ademola Lookman, deep in the half of the Moroccans.
get an easy yellow card, and then it puts them under all kind of pressure. They should be experienced enough to know that these things would happen.
Well, make that a quarter of an hour of football being played right there at the Prince Moulay Abdallah Stadium in Morocco. Super Eagles of Nigeria nil, Morocco nil. It's the second semi-final of the 35th edition of the Africa Cup of Nations, Morocco 2025. In case you missed it, for the Teranga Lions of Senegal, they are already in the final. And waiting the winner of this encounter come 18th of January 2026. They did beat the Pharaohs of Egypt. 1-0. Long goal being scored by Sadio Mane. Indeed a big game player. And now back to this game. Onyedika just a dilly-dallying, wasting too much time. I was indeed dispossessed of the ball. And now to the Moroccans in the center circle. Yes, a beautiful 1-2 pass right there. Still with the Moroccans in the half of Super Eagles of Nigeria. Yes, from Saibari. Finds his man from the left. Now goes all the way back to their own half. Yes, talk about Thomas Jordan, but no. Achraf Hakimi now playing as a winger, adding more bodies to the attack from the right. And now still with the Moroccans. A man looking to whip in across into the penalty box. Well blocked by Onyedika. It will be the first corner of this encounter to the Moroccans from right hand side. Definitely for the Moroccans, they've got the initiative early on in this encounter. We'll be looking at just getting an early goal just to silence the fans of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. The Prince Moulay Abdallah Stadium definitely packed to the brim, filled with 95% Moroccans. Definitely just supporting their home country. Not the first time Super Eagles of Nigeria be facing a host nation. Recall at the last Afcon, they faced the host nation twice. Match day 1, they were victorious over the Ivory Coast team, 1-0, and they lost in the final when it mattered the most, 2-1. Yeah, corner swung in, and outswinger headed away by the skipper of the team, Victor James Osimhen, coming back to do the last job defensively. Still with the Moroccan, what will Mando whips in a cross, headed away by Shemilogo Ajayi. Victor James Osimhen looking to counter attack, but just pass the ball to his opponent, and now to the left hand side, still the Moroccans. Yes, a man just dancing. That was Saibari. Saibari finds his teammates still from the left hand side. Super Eagles of Nigeria just keeping their shape and of course keeping their line as well. Back to the Moroccans. Now in the half of Super Eagles of Nigeria, Mazraoui. Mazraoui still waiting for a player now in the center circle. Now they move to the right hand side. Still the Moroccans passing the ball patiently building. And now they lose ball possession. Super Eagles of Nigeria, Victor James Osimhen fast Ademola Lookman from the left hand side. Yeah, Ademola Lookman. A man loses the ball quickly to the Moroccans. Now they go all the way back to the goalkeeper, Bono. Bono kicks that one and finds a teammate. Atlas Lions definitely roaring right there, Rabat. A beautiful chest control by Bright Onyemechi. Bright goes all the way back to the goalkeeper who plays for Chippa United, Stanley Wambali. That was indeed a poor clearance coming from Stanley. Well controlled by Ibrahim Diaz. Rolus out of play.
The Nigerian defenders have to understand that they are going to press them for this ball, so they cannot be too slow on the ball. They cannot be too slow because that's what the Moroccans are looking for. A slip from the defenders, and they will most likely punish the Nigerians. So that's the gameplay, and that's what Nigerians have to really watch out for.
Well, right there in the stadium, the Moroccan fans are whistling away, which means Nigeria have the ball. And now back to the Moroccans. From the right hand side. Still with Morocco. A man whips in across into the penalty box. For Rafael Onyedika, a man had the last touch. A man will definitely have a whole lot to do in this encounter. This a beautiful night. Achraf Hakimi down on the top, the skipper of the team. That was indeed a challenge by Bruno Onyemechi on Achraf Hakimi, the current African Footballer of the Year. Clashes of leg right there, but for Bruno, he felt that that was indeed a needed challenge. A referee doesn't deem them on fit to dish out a yellow card yet. Talking about the Ghanaian referee Daniel Ni Ayilayer. A man was born on the 11th of September 1987. He's a Ghanaian football referee who is a listed international referee for FIFA since 2014. He is also one of the referees for the Ghana Premier League. In 2021, Laye was officially selected as a referee for the delayed 2020 African Nations Championship in Cameroon. He also officiated the 2021 Ghanaian FA Cup final between Hearts of Oak and the Ashanti Gold. Laye was also one of the appointed referees of the 2021 Africa Cup of Nations right there in Cameroon. The man is taking charge of this encounter. We'll be looking at just being heavily involved. It will be a free kick to the Moroccans from the right hand side. Just some yards away from the penalty box. It's a short one, looks like a training routine. Whipped into the penalty box, headed away. Will not show with the goalkeeper. It will be a goal kick to Super Eagles of Nigeria. Yes, a Moroccan definitely had the last touch. That looks like a training routine. 20 minutes on the clock. Nigeria nil, Morocco nil. Already at Stamford Bridge. At same time as well. Chelsea nil, the Arsenal 1. Perhaps you are stumbling on your listening device. This is Eagle 7 Sports or Radio 103.7 FM. Well, for Super Eagles of Nigeria, they are indeed flawless and faultless in this competition. So far, so good. Same as the Moroccans, just one draw. That came against the Eagles of Mali. Recall for Super Eagles of Nigeria, they kickstarted their campaign against the Taifa Stars of Tanzania. 2-1. Before defeating a North African team, Tunisia, 3-2. Then they pummeled the Cranes of Uganda, 3-1. In the round of 16, it was all about facing the Mozambicans. They beat Mozambique 4-0. And of course, they defeated Algeria 2-0. For the Moroccans, kickstarted their campaign against the Sri Lankans of Comoros 2-0. Played at a 1-0 draw versus Mali. They beat Zambia 3-0. Also scaled through against Tanzania 1-0 before beating Cameroon 2-0 in the last round. Right about night, all to play for. You either go hard or you go home. A place up for in the final or even the third place of final. Either way, there will definitely be a place in the final. Once again, a replay of that shot being taken by Ademola Lookman. Well parried by the goalkeeper Bono. Just covering at the bottom right corner. Now Super Eagles of Nigeria attacking. And now they go back to their own half. Bruno Nyemechi. And now to the man of Fulham, Kevin Bassey. Kevin Bassey whips a long one to Osayi Bright, who has indeed had a bright tournament. So far, so good. Not making Nigerians miss Mr. Lulu Olaoluwa Aino.
Yes, he's definitely a good cover for Olaino, and he's actually made enough statement for himself as a fullback for the Nigerian team. Definitely Olaino coming back into that team. He's going to have a run for his money.
And now the Moroccans giving Super Eagles of Nigeria a good run for their money from right hand side. And of course, he need a 10 tackle from Bruno Nyemechi. He knows that he will have his work cut out all night long against Ibrahim Diaz.
Yes, because the Moroccans, they overload the right side, and he's going, and definitely that's where Nigeria actually are very thin when it comes to positional play. So definitely he's going to work full time for his money there.
Not going to be as easy as facing Riyad Mahrez. Who's definitely older than Brahim Diaz.
Yes, when playing against Mahrez might be a bit easier now because he's lacked some pace. But Diaz is enterprising, and then he's in the form of his life.
Most definitely in the form of his life. Since man switcher from the La Forara of Spain to the Atlas Lions of Morocco, he has definitely been roaring like a lion that he is right there at the Prince Moulay Abdallah Stadium in Rabat. For Morocco, it will be a free kick to Super Eagles of Nigeria. All men will now just move up the pitch and allow the goalkeeper take this one. Stanley Wambali Bobo. All men in the half of the Moroccans. Just kicked or launched into the half of the Moroccans. Headed away. Still and Eraduel. And now back to Nigeria. Bright. Goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. Stanley.
He has to be quicker with the ball this time. The Moroccans will press. They expect that. They will press.
A man has now been called to action. Another wayward clearance coming from Stanley. Needs to be concentrated in this encounter. Throwing taken quickly from the left hand side. Still with the Moroccans. Not far from the sidelines. Jerome Akwadan comes back to help. But not clinically though. Still with the Moroccans. And now they go all the way back to the goalkeeper Bono, just on one man. Just launches that one into the area of the Eagles. And Eraduel won by Shemlogo Ajayi. Alex Iwobi failed to win that one. And now back to Moroccans. The ball just strikes the referee, the Ghanaian. Definitely to be a dead ball. Advantage once again to the Moroccans. Quells the Tempest. Just trying to get a piece of the cake or a bite of the cake right there. Trevor Kimi finds his teammate in Nayef Agued. And Nayef to Adam Masina. And now to Nusawi Mazraoui. They take shape and of course take position. Back to Adam Masina. Masina now finds Neil. Neil back to Masina. Masina launches one into the half of the Eagles. Not to be met by any player. It was actually intended for Ayub El Kabi, but man was well catched by Shemilogo Ajayi. Rolls so peacefully to the goalkeeper, Stanley Wambali Bobo. Camera pans on the bench of the Moroccans. Now Shemilogo, a ball possession of 44% to Nigeria, of course 56% to Morocco. Well, Coach Dennis for the Gaffer of Super Eagles of Nigeria during his pre-match presser, Coach Arisa Koshel, he said, albeit jokingly, when you look at the smile on his face when he was saying it, that his players look tired and they might allow the Moroccans to play in the first half. Then second 45, they go back to their own natural style of play that we have seen them execute in this competition, hence the ball possession.
No, definitely. I know the Moroccans would edge us in the ball possession. They are a very good side, like I said, and they play with a lot of high intensity, and that's what the Super Eagles will have to deal with in the course of this game. And what the Moroccans have been able to do, they've tried to deny what is his name? It will be time and space to dictate play, and that is what they did so well with the Cameroonians. And if Nigeria is not able to bring Iwobi into this game, definitely the attackers will be denied of passes that would supply, that would result to goals. Like if you look at the game so far, the attackers have been idle. They've not been able to be brought into the game because Iwobi has been stifled.
Alex Iwobi, the man has been so intelligent, of course. Amazing for Super Eagles of Nigeria this ongoing Afcon. The man is indeed reborn. If there's any award for pre-assist, should be going to Alex Iwobi of Fulham. It definitely has caused a whole lot of harm and of course a mayhem at this ongoing tournament. Super Eagles of Nigeria will be looking for is a brilliance and of course intelligence in this encounter. Rafael Onyedika just a pass to Jerome Akwada inside the penalty box. The man dallied. Well intercepted by the Moroccan. Now to Brahim Diaz. So from right hand side, Brahim Diaz in his tracks. He stopped. Just kicks the ball towards Bruno Mechi. I guess the ball just struck his hand. The Ghanaian referee blows his whistle. That looks intentional coming from Brahim Diaz. Once again, that pass to Jerome Akwada inside the penalty box for Agued will not allow him any time and space at all on the ball. They know how lethal and of course the dangerous man can be. I'm sure they saw that beautiful goal against the Algerian, whereby he rounded the goalkeeper. Now Achraf Hakimi from right hand side. Achraf Hakimi. Oh wow, beautiful defensive job being done by Bruno Mechi. How well the Moroccans are able to turn offense to attack.
Yes.
Or rather defense to attack.
Yes, you see their transitions have been very fast and you see they are overloading, creating overloads in the upper right side of the field because they know we are thin a bit there. Iwobi is the only person covering, making the coverage for Onyemaechi, but kudos to Onyemaechi, he's been able to hold his own because defending against Achraf Hakimi and Brahim Diaz in one game is a lot to ask for a defender. How long he's going to do that is what is left to be seen.
Yeah, corner swung in and outswinger. Wow, El Kabi was able to get to that rebound right there. Thankfully, Super Eagles of Nigeria cleared their line by the former African Footballer of the Year, Ademola Lookman. Well, for the Moroccans, definitely they've been on the front of foot for majority of this encounter. And now back to the Moroccans from the right. Achraf Hakimi, bumping for African Footballer of the Year. Whistling across, headed. Just a flash in front of goal. Once again, Brahim Diaz always knocking. What a pinpoint cross coming from Achraf Hakimi. And for Brahim Diaz, got to that one before Kevin Bassey.
The Nigerians would have to watch it. I said it earlier. The right side, they will overload the right side. They will try to isolate cross of Kimi as much as possible. Brahim Diaz drifting into the middle to create space for Kimi to do the damage. How well the Super Eagles understands this and take that into account when they defend will go a long way in determining if we are not going to concede. Because you can see that the Moroccans are taking initiative and they are sending all the balls. They are trying to overload one area and getting the ball.
It will be a long night. 90-120 of possible penalties. It's all to play for. When you look at this campaign so far, so good. Super Eagles of Nigeria scored a whooping 14 goals. For the Moroccans, they've scored 9. In their past meetings, overall, 11 matches played. Nigeria won 3. They drew 2. They lost 6. Goals of 4. 8. Goals against 14. Goal difference minus 6. While for the Moroccans, they've won 6 against Super Eagles of Nigeria in all competitions. They've drawn 2, lost 3. Goals of 4. 14. Goals against 8. Goal difference plus 6. It simply means that historically, this fixture favors the Moroccans. And when you look at Afcon only, they played it 5 times. Nigeria has won 2. Drawn none, lost 3, goals of 4, 5, goals against 6, goal difference minus 1. While for the Moroccans, they've won 3, drawn none, lost 2, goals of 4, 6, goals against 5, goal difference plus 1. Overall, of course, in the Afcon only, this fixture favors the Moroccans. Will history repeat itself tonight, or Super Eagles of Nigeria will rewrite history and make that half and half what being played right there at the Prince Moulay Abdullah Stadium in Rabat, Morocco. A look at the statistics right here. A shot on target 1 to Nigeria, 0 to Morocco. Shot off target 0-3, block shot 0-1. Ball possession 44 to Nigeria, 56 to Morocco. A corner kicks 0-2, fouls 7-4, throw-ins 6-11, crosses 0-7, goalkeeper saves 0-1, goal kicks 4-0. Most important starts after 30 minutes of football being played right then Morocco. Nigeria 0, Morocco 0. And now let's take you to Lagos. Raymond Akparere. Half and half what we play right there. What do you make of this encounter? So far, so good. Morocco, they've got the initiative.
This one. They're not.
Hello, Raymond. Back to Prince Moulay. A free kick to the Moroccans, well taken. Deep into the half of Super Eagles of Nigeria, headed away by Shemilogo Ajayi. A man knows that he will call to action more times than one. He opened the scoring for Super Eagles of Nigeria at this ongoing Afcon. That was against the Taifa Stars of Tanzania. Definitely a crunchy affair. This one is. You snooze, you lose. Super Eagles of Nigeria want to just remain concentrated at every given point in time of this encounter. We don't want to take their feet off the gas or even off the pedal at all. Recall earlier, we saw the fixture involving the Teranga Lions of Senegal versus the Atlas Lions of Morocco. Rather, versus the Pharaohs of Egypt. Yes, a Western team from the continent. A team from the western part of the continent facing a northern team. It was about the team from the western part of the continent being victorious. 1-0 to Sadio Mane with the long goal. Right about now, another team from the western part of the continent facing a northern team. Nigeria versus Morocco. Who will make it to the final? For Senegal, they await the winner of this encounter. And for Morocco, I'm sure they want to put smiles on the faces of the fans. Well, for Egypt, they await the loser of this encounter. Definitely still out to play for. When you look at the past Afcon meetings, far back in 1976, right there in Group A, the first group stage, on the 6th of March 1976, Morocco did beat Nigeria 3-1. Finally, our first yellow card of this encounter goes to a Nigerian. They need to be careful. Don't rack up too many unnecessary yellow cards. Yes, that one was on Kevin Bassey. Just had his fingers poked into the eyes of Brahim Diaz. A man goes into the referee's bad books. Kevin Bassey, yellow carded.
Yes, I think that's a very soft one, considering the fact that if you look at it, Brahim actually the one pulling
Kevin
Bassey back. But then, like I said, we have to put that into account when we play the host. The referee will tend to be a little bit lenient with the host and giving them those little advantages. The Eagles have to be careful. But like I said, that's football. We should expect that. Let's keep our calm, stay focused, and then let's do damage. We've not been able to come into this game, like I said. I knew it's going to be like this. How we respond to the forays of the Tunisians will determine, because I just hope if we get the first goal, the game is done and dusted for the Super Eagles, I'm sure.
Definitely will be a big miss for Super Eagles of Nigeria if they make it to the final. Kevin Bassey misses the next match due to this yellow. Yellow cards are picked up in the round of 16, of course, quarterfinals and semi-finals all count towards suspension before the final. A free kick not far from the penalty box, just at the edge of the box from the right-hand side. Yes, Achraf Hakimi standing over this one. Looks so tantalizing. Achraf Hakimi! Wow! Just scrape the top of the roof.
That was close.
Absolutely. Was close. We've seen him convert those chances.
Wow, that ball was coming very fast.
For the Parisian club. Just looking to be the goalkeeper by his near post. Looking for the top left corner. What a fantastic free kick by Achraf Hakimi. Stanley Wabali Bobo always diving, but that ball was definitely too fast, like a rocket.
Yeah, definitely. He's a free kick specialist. So definitely the Eagles have to be careful now. Bassey's on the card. They will try to rankle him to make more tackles. How well he composes himself for the rest of this game, it's going to be very vital.
Well, you saw Victor James Osimhen just coming back to talk to Kevin Bassey to keep his calm and, of course, his composure in this encounter. A man needs to be as cool as a cucumber. And even for players like Stanley Wambali Bobo and Frank Ogochukwu Onyeka, the only way they could also miss the final if Nigeria qualify is by receiving 2 yellow cards in the semi-final against Morocco, or if they are shown a straight red card. They need to be so careful. We saw the game involving the Teranga Lions and of course the Egyptians. 2 players will also not miss, will also not be in the final. Toba Khalidou Koulibaly, and of course the other player that was also yellow carded. Definitely not a good one when you have your maybe top players not a feature in the final. If perhaps you get to qualify, a player down on the top, a referee says nothing, play on.
The Moroccans are actually coming with their antics now. They want to make us actually stop playing. But how well we respond to this will go a long way. I think that's where mental toughness comes in now. You're playing against the host. Definitely the Rebels will give them those little advantages. We should expect it, and we should definitely play with it. Use that as a motivator to actually improve our play. We need to step up one more gear. If we can get a new wind in our game, we will try to unsettle them. But so far so good. The Moroccans have the edge.
Yeah, so far so good. They've got the edge, and of course the medics just treating Zazouli right there. Just a 17-man for the Moroccans, a left winger plays for Real Betis right there in Spain. Abdesamad Zazouli, he is 24 years of age. In this encounter, so far so good. He has been able to deliver 7 accurate passes out of 8. That's 88%. Man has had 12 touches, 0 tackles, 0 blocks, 0 clearances, a shot, 1 to Nigeria, 5 to Morocco. Play resumes, 36 on the clock, and now with the Moroccans from the left-hand side, just getting to take initiative of this encounter. It will be a throw into the Moroccans from the left. You can see bodies already warming up right there on the sidelines. Might be an early substitution for the Moroccans. And now back to Moroccans. Achraf Hakimi whips in a cross, well blocked by Bruno Emechi. Back to Hakimi, fine control. The skipper of the team just juggling the ball right there. Brahim Diaz brought down by Victor James Osimhen. A referee blows his whistle. You can see the fans right there just gesticulating to the Ghanaian to brandish a yellow card to the skipper of Nigeria. A cross swung in. Well parried by Stanley Wambali Bobo. Yes, just launch into the area. Just one player inside the area right there. Jerome
What was that for? You have 3 against 1. You are launching the ball. Who does that?
Stanley Wambali Bobo does that. The referee blows his whistle for something.
I think his in communication equipment is down.
Yeah, his communication gadget needs to be properly fixed. Let's talk about the Ghanaian referee who is in charge of this encounter, Daniel.
Yeah, I think the Super Eagles, the coaches, they need to do a little bit more in how they alternate their play, because now we are very predictable. They know how we play. We know that the Iwobi comes in and it brings us into play. But now how we are shaped up front. So they are actually doing the tactical play for Nigeria, and it's working for them. I anticipated this. I only expected us to be able to tweak our game to be able to overcome what they are trying to do. They create an overload in the middle, deny us time and space. Two players coming to win the ball, to wrestle the ball back when we gain possession, particularly in the middle third. And until we are able to overcome that, we'll always be playing second fiddle to the Moroccans.
Well, play resumes. So now to the Moroccans, whips in a cross. Back to the Moroccans, El Kabi. A man is charged off the ball by Kevin Bassey. Now to Onyedika. Onyeka just dilly-dallying. Loses the ball. Now to Brahim Diaz. From right hand side, Brahim Diaz, edge of the box. Whips in the cross. Inside the penalty box. One man do.
It's too slow.
It's a push out of the box.
Onyedika is too slow.
Yeah, Rafael Onyedika. It needs to be doing better in this encounter. Still with the Moroccans. Taking initiative. Beautiful one inside the penalty box. Wow. Runs his marker right there. Brett Onyemechi fires the shot. Looking for the bottom right corner. Well parried by Stanley Wambali Bobo. Moroccans definitely just knocking. What a big chance gone begging by the Moroccans. Once again, what was that coming from? Bright. Man was indeed so slow right there. And now they lose ball possession back to the Moroccans. Moroccans are from the left. Zazouli now finds his teammate. Drops that one neatly. And now they go all the way back. Looking to just re-strategize now to Nazraoui finds his teammate right there. Now they go all the way back to Adam Masina. Masina finds another man right there, not far from the center circle. A man is brought down by Ademola Lookman. Referee blows his whistle. Yeah, challenge from behind from Ademola Lookman. 40 minutes on the clock. Wow, what a game. It's all about Morocco. Rafael Onyedika needs to be more involved and, of course, be more aware of his environment.
He's just too slow. He's taking the game at snail pace. The intensity of the game is very fast. The Moroccans are actually running. The Nigerians will have to do better.
Yeah, we definitely need to do better. And now let's go to Lagos. Hopefully we can get to speak to Raymond. Hello, Raymond Akparere.
Nigeria, just inside Nigerian territory.
Okay, back to the Prince Muli Abdullah Stadium in Rabat. 40 minutes on the clock. Am I the only one? But this game has been so fast.
Yes, that's how the Moroccans play. I said it earlier. I said if you watch the way they play in the semi-final, they analyze the Cameroonians. They know Baliba Namaso brings the team into play. All they've done now is ensure that we do not have that opportunity to start up play at our own pace. Iwobi has been denied time and space to play. Yedika has been slow off the block, and they are using that to their advantage. The attackers have been stifled of supply. So how well Nigerian responds will go a long way in determining what we do with this game.
Well, Spurs of Nigeria lose ball possession. Yes, for Bruno Mechi was dispossessed of the ball neatly by the Moroccan. Now Spurs of Nigeria get that one back to Frank. Ogochukwu Onyeka now find Jerome Akwa Adams now back to his teammate in Bruno. Yeah, Bruno in an unfamiliar position or terrain. And now goes to Onyedika. Onyedika now to Alexi Wobi. Alexi Wobi just still waiting for a player to pass the ball to fancy his teammate for Fulham and of course Nigeria. Kevin Bassey looking to whip in across. We're blocked by the Moroccan. They clear their line totally. Now controlled by Alexi Wobi. Alexi Wobi will now re-strategize again. Yes, beat his man, skip past them. And Eagle just looking to go past all of the lines right there. Posing across to the path of Jerome Akwa Adams. Referee blows his whistle for something. Yes, we can definitely pick your calls. Oh, Ezazuli actually when he just had a touch to the ball, it hit the hand of Kevin. He hit the hands of Alexi Wobi. 0700 2255 1037 0700 2255 1037. The other line 081 2782 8497 081 2782 8497. The WhatsApp line for your calls and text as well 070 6728 0732. A pulsating, of course, a fast encounter. So far, so good. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, my brother.
Hello, good evening.
A big game player.
Yeah, welcome.
I'm enjoying your analysis from here, your short commentary from here. Smile from myself.
Yeah, welcome, Smile.
The way this match is going, a long goal is going to separate us. Thank you. God bless you.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. A Smile. Hopefully, Nigerians actually smile after 90, 120 or possible penalties. And now back to Spurs of Nigeria. Kevin Bassey now finds Rafael Onyedika and now goes all the way to the left-hand side. Bruno now just looking to charge, but was unable to just sprint past his man right there, who did well by just hitting the ball out of play. That was indeed Bilal El Kanous. Throwing taken quickly by Alex. Now to Rafael. Back to Alex. Alex still with the ball. Looking for a free man to pass the ball to. 43 minutes on the clock. Alex now far from the center circle. And now finds Rafael Onyedika, who has got 2 goals in his tournament so far so good. Came against the Cranes of Uganda. Also one man of the match. That was indeed a poor cross coming from Brighton. You mentioned not Brighton, from Brighton, from the right. 43 minutes on the clock right there. Nigeria nil, Morocco nil. Now camera pass on the gaffer of the Spurs of Nigeria, Eric Sekushel. A man is being courted by the Carthage Eagles of Tunisia.
Yeah, he's definitely done himself a word of good with the performance of the Super Eagles thus far. He's definitely someone to look out for in terms of coaching pedigree in Africa, because his Super Eagles have been exciting all through the tournament. Actually, this is the only match I know that we've actually met our match. So, but how well we respond to this would go a long way. But I still expect the Eagles to come through. Just one moment of brilliance, like I said, it could do the magic. We have what it takes to do that.
44 minutes on the clock right there. Nigeria nil, Morocco nil at the Prince Muli Abdullah Stadium in Rabat. Throwing taken quickly. And now to Rafael.
Rafael is struggling in this game. He's really struggling.
It's
He's
so obvious.
Too slow. They are pressing him so much that he's not having that positional awareness. Where am I? What do I do with the ball? His game understanding in today's game has not been top notch.
Maybe his a decision has not been so swift or quick as well. needs to be so fast with his thinking.
It's just the Moroccans understand that they are pressing very high in the attacking third. They are doing a high press because they know, apart from Bassi, the other players are not very good on the ball.
Well, it's so funny that Rafael Ndika is unable to just fill in those big shoes of Wifo Nyendidi, a man that a whole lot of Nigerians have felt is a time with the Spurs of Nigeria. It's already done and dusted, but guess what? The man is already reborn. Maybe when he actually assumed the role as the captain, he actually knew that yes, to whom much is given, much is expected.
Yes, definitely his experience, and he's one of the most experienced players in the team. And then he's done this, he's done that, he's been there, has done that. Definitely that has a telling effect on how he responds to pressure during the game.
Plus, 1 minute of additional time right there at the Prince Muli Abdullah Stadium in Rabat. 1 minute of additional time tells you that this game has been as fast as a rocket, as fast as a bullet. And now Morocco attacking. Beautiful Chivela pass. Looking to find his man right there, but that one was indeed too long. And now back to Bright. Bright is brought down by Ezazole. A referee blows his whistle. Recall just one man has been allocated so far, so go Kevin Bassi. Just now 21 man. That was indeed not a fine challenge at all.
Definitely, if it was a Nigerian, that would be a card.
Maybe and maybe
because
not.
that was it. No, it will be a card definitely because it was a clear and obvious foul where he's trying to bring. No, that's why. But then, like I said, it is what it is. They are the host. They will be giving them some of those calls. We should expect it and not actually react to that. Just play our game.
Well, finally, the fat lady sings Daniel Ni Ayilaye. Yes, he blows his whistle for halftime. Nothing to separate both teams right there at the Prince Muli Abdullah Stadium in Rabat. Second semi-final of the 35th edition of the Africa Cup of Nations. Super Eagles of Nigeria nil. The Atlas Lions of Morocco nil. Yes, looking at the halftime statistics right here. A shot on target to 1 apiece. A shot off target 0 to Nigeria. 4 to Morocco. A block shot 0 to Nigeria. 1 to Morocco. A ball possession 46% to Nigeria. 54 to Morocco. Corner kicks 0 to fouls 13-8. Throw-ins 10-16. Yellow card 1. Crosses 2-10. Counter attacks 0-1. Goalkeeper saves 1-1. Goal kicks 5-0. Most important stats after halftime. Nigeria nil, Morocco nil. Coach, your halftime thoughts?
Yes. Going by the first half, you could see definitely that the Moroccans have already initiative. They came with a game plan to stifle our attack, and they've done that successfully. And they also, on their part, they've been able to give us a full dose of what they can offer. But however, you could see definitely that what they've done actually is to stifle the supply path, and that has to do with Iwobi. And then we have it is a big miss for us. But then Iwobi is definitely the only outlet we have, and they have ensured that they deny him time and space in higher up the pitch. They allow him to hold the ball in a defensive third where he cannot actually make enough difference in terms of attacking play. And they have done that so well, and they press us so well in terms that they tend to overload us when all those players I mentioned hold the ball. They tend to overload us by 2-3 players to deny our time and space to actually initiate any attack. And they have been able to do that successfully, denying Iwobi, denying Usime. I've never seen Lookman in the game, and that's actually a perfect tactical plan by the Moroccans. They did it against the Cameroonians, and they had the game at the end of the day. So, but the only coach is now to respond to the Moroccan gameplay to see how we can actually unsettle them, bring the attackers into play. And the only thing I can think they can do that is we have to plan a way we can actually get our player to receive the ball in between the lines and to be able to make more damages, because now we are actually they receive the ball. Sime Afcon needs to come down to receive the ball in between the lines to dislodge the Moroccans from their defensive setup. Their shape is so nice so far because we are not actually getting supplies. So for us to get supplies, we have to have Ademola Lookman, Akwa Adams to receive the ball in between lines and in half spaces to be able to tear the Moroccan defense apart. It happened in the last game, like I said, because we play very narrowly in the attack. But if we can stretch the game, come in between the lines to receive the ball, I know Lookman is good in 1v1s. Osimhen might not be that good. Akwa is good. We need to get all these players into the game by receiving the ball in half spaces or in between the lines, and I know the damage will be done.
Okay. Definitely to be damaging to go to Lagos. Hello, Raymond Akparere. Was it a flawless first half? Hello, Raymond. Mr. Flawless, can you hear us?
But you're lucky as far as the first half is concerned. We saw quality play against Algeria. We saw better performance.
Matt is doing big ba over here. I hope we all smile at the end of this encounter. Marcus from Abeokuta. Another message right here says, good evening, guys. You are doing a wonderful, great job over there. Onyedika need to step up his game tonight. Abiodun from Abeokuta right there in Ogun State. Yeah, let's go back to Lagos and feel the pulse of Raymond. Hello, Raymond. Hello, Raymond. Okay, now let's go to the phone line. Hello, good evening.
Player.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening. Savio right on the line. Good evening.
Yeah, welcome, Savio.
After I know this game is not going to be a roller coaster for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Even watching the game here, well, I hope for a good second half, performance from the Super Eagles. Looking at the game presently, I'm looking at the stats. I think the Moroccans have been the better side. But our attackers just need to do more. The likes of Victor Osimhen, Ademola Lookman, and Akwa Adams, they just need to whatever they can do to just dislodge the Moroccan defense. And also our defense line should be very careful. They should be very careful because these Moroccan attackers, you can see the way they are having that high press game from them. They are really trying to penetrate and get to that goal. So we should just be careful. I hope Super Eagles can just get their way, the way they get their way against us. And then the officiating. I'm not comfortable with the officiating. Looking at the way the middleman, the referee, in the middle of the field is officiating. The referee should not play this game for us. I think it should be fair enough in his officiating. There are some of the fouls that is given to the Moroccans. That is the ball. The ball Ademola Lookman intercepted from one of the Moroccan players. That foul is not necessary.
That's also going right there in other parts of the world as well. Let's start from the MPFL. Like they say, charity start from home. El Academy Warriors, they beat Bayelsa United 1-0. Barao, they beat Niger Tornadoes 2-1. Abia Warriors and Plateau United 1-1. Enugu Rangers and of course the Rivers goalless. Kwara United, they lost to Ben Insurance 0-1. And for Nasra United, they lost to Kano Pillars 0-1. Raymond Stars, they beat Ikorodu City 1-0. Shooting Stars, they shot the Eva 3-0. Wicked Tourists, they lost to Warri Wolves in the Battle of the W. A W in the charts. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, BGP, your team.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, Sarah calling.
Welcome, Honorable.
Thank you very much. Good evening to our coach, Coach Philip. God bless you. What I'm connected for BGP, God bless you for the video day. I really enjoy your day. I'm not watching the match I am. I will just listen to your commentary. God bless you, man. I think this first half you have been from Morocco. And I think second half the Blackers will come out at the attack too. And those are the coach that I think will be at the team with that meeting. And we cannot be so flawless. I think maybe if after Erika is not there, maybe the coach is trying to introduce very bad second half. Maybe that's going to be a help. That midfield. I think I will send you a best of luck. You come up with it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much, the first man. Yeah, looking at games going on in other places as well. Right then in German Bundesliga, Wolfsburg they beat St. Pauli 2-1. Currently ongoing, FC Cologne 1, Bayern Munich 1, Hoffenheim 4, Borussia Mönchengladbach 0. 64 minutes on the clock right there. RB Leipzig 2, Freiburg 0. Right then in Italy, Napoli 0, Parma 0, done and dusted. And of course, 48 minutes on the clock, Inter 0, Lecce 0. Right there in Spain, Copa del round of 16, Albacete 1, Real Madrid 1. Yes, halftime right there. The goal for Real was scored by Franco Mastantuono. Deportivo Alaves 0, Rayo Vallecano 0, Real Betis 0, Elche 0. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, big game player.
Good evening.
Yeah, so we are actually once again on the line. During, I think, the first match, Senegal versus Egypt. So I have some callers saying that that they prefer Senegal. No, that they prefer Egypt instead of Senegal. That even if we qualify, that they prefer Egypt. But now, I actually wanted to call in them. But I think what we should focus on now as Nigerians is that we should win this game first. I think that should be our focus now. That should be our priority now. It's not about who wants to go and meet in the final. I mean, we should focus on this game now. Just get that win. Think what can make my night tonight is just want to get a win in this game. No, actually looking at the brute Moroccans, we have more goals than them. And also, though they have better defense than us, we consider more than them, but we have more goals. And even most of some of their games, like winning 1-0, 2-1, so. But we are, let's say, more convincing wins than them. But I can't wait for Nigeria to show the stuff that they have. I mean, the Nigerian players to show the stuff they have. Like the way we play against Nigeria, they should come out one-on-one with these Moroccans, because I can see that their games are very fast. The Moroccan games are very fast. So we should just study the way they play that first half. Then the coach should talk to the boys. They should come out toe to toe with those Moroccan players and change the game in the second half. All right, looking forward to a good second half.
Yeah, thank you very much. Of course, right there at Stamford Bridge, Chelsea 0, the Arsenal 1. It's about the EFL Cup semi-finals of first leg. Now go to the WhatsApp portal. This one says Nigeria needs to replan. The center referee needs to be fair. According to Reverend Zachariah Olubayo Ryan Wasimi. Another one says, good evening, a respected scoreline as expected. I honestly believe the Super Eagles will surely strike with the right interplay from the midfield to the front line led by Victor. A better outing in the second half for the Eagles. Shegun from Ijako, Ajibode right there in Ogun State. Yes, hello, good evening.
Good evening, this is Odogu.
Yeah, welcome, Odogu.
My brother, I know they was the past. But from your commentary, I am listening to when if the Moroccans are playing on, I think let's go and counter. If on defend then counter them, that's the only way we can come out of. If the Moroccans are attacking and play fast, they need to work and play fast. If you can't defend, get the ball from them. Find players of fun. The feeling of fun behind the team. Time locate them and put the ball to them and make the score. They have no staff to defend. For them to stay fast, and why we can't have the kind of that. Good job, bro.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Time check right about now, 9:59. Still the 14th day in the month of January 2026. It's the ultimate football experience, a live commentary, of course, analysis of the semi-final of the 35th edition of the Africa Cup of Nations. Super Eagles of Nigeria versus the Atlas of Morocco. Still goalless. Yes, we shall go play some beers, and when we come back, it will be everything second 45. Don't even move for muscle.
Is really an artist these days. He's untouchable in that right flank. Shegun is still going, and it's in the net. It is in the net. Goal number 3. Incredible.
Eagle 7 Sports Radio. The best sports.
It's lights out and away we go. Sebastian Vettel gets a flyer ahead of Lewis Hamilton. He's out. I don't think he's getting up. He's done. The left hand. Come on, get up.
The best station. The best for you. Eagle 7 Sports Radio. Fly with us.
My name is Mutiu Adepoju, the headmaster. You are listening to Eagle 7 Sports Radio, 103.7 FM, Abeokuta.
My name is Tunde Kelani TK. I'm a storyteller and filmmaker. Right now you are listening to Eagle 7 FM 103.7 right here from Abeokuta City.
Yeah, welcome back for the second 45 of this pulsating encounter. Currently ongoing right there at the Prince Moulay Abdallah Stadium in Rabat, Morocco. Still your champions are Dal Eagle 7 Sports Radio 103.7 FM Ultimate Football Experience. Super Eagles of Nigeria nil, Morocco nil. We are already on the way. Make that 46 minutes of football being played right there in Morocco. And now both teams have switched positions. So Super Eagles of Nigeria now playing from right to left, while Morocco playing from left to right. Nigeria still donning their white jersey, white shirt, and of course white socks as well. Well for the Moroccans, a red jersey. Yeah, red shirt, a green shirt, and red socks as well. Still no changes in personnel yet. Still some of the same. Once again, the Gladiators are doing battle for Super Eagles of Nigeria. Stanley Wambali Bobo, Bright Osai Samuel, Shemilogo Ajayi, Kevin Bassi, Bruno Nyemechi, Frank Onyeka, Rafael Onyedika, Alexi Wobi, Ademola Lukman, Akko Adams, and of course Victor James Osimhen, the captain. And for Morocco, Bono, Nusai Mazraoui, Adam Masina, Nayef Agued, Trevor Kimi, Ismail Saibari, Neil El Ainawi, Bilal El Kanousi, Abde Ezazuli, Ayib El Kabi, not forgetting Brahim Diaz, and for the coaches, Eric Sekushel, and of course Walid Regragui. Welcome back, Coach Dennis Oumi. What are your expectations for this second 45?
Yes, I think I just need the Nigerians to actually to increase their speed of play in transitions to be able to get something out of this game. We need, like I said, to get to receive the balls in between the lines for the three-prong attack, because we need to get the two, particularly Lukman, into the game, which we have not been able to do in the first half. If we can get that and be able to get Iwobi to get the ball in higher up the pitch to be able to do the damage, I just think we'll be able to nick it.
This is the voice of yours truly, Donald Senna, aka Donaldo, the big game player, your leading commentator for tonight's encounter. And of course, my caller, Dennis Oumi, the administrator of soccer. Man has been doing well by just administering all of the best. And of course, a juicy analysis from a technical and of course, a coach's point of view. Right there in London, still Chelsea nil, the Arsenal 1. They have also resumed for the second 48 minutes on the clock right there. A long goal is scored by Ben White. Assist provided by the birthday boy, Declan Rice. Back to Morocco. That was indeed a challenge by Hakimi on Alex Iwobi. Both the players had their gaze fixated on the ball, and for Hakimi just landed on Alex Iwobi. And now back to the Moroccans. They are so quick and of course swift in, just recovering ball possession from the left hand side, being marked by Shemilogo Ajayi. Shemilogo Ajayi just looking at closing the Ezazuli. Ezazuli still dancing. Finally back to Super Eagles of Nigeria. Now they can just get to give a huge relief. Jerome Akko Adams comes back to help defensively, but man goes down. Let's talk about Neil El Ainawi. Would that be against the Moroccan or the Nigerian? Man was just pulling the jersey off Jerome Akko Adams. It's actually in favor of the Moroccans, says the Ghanaian referee. And now deep in the half of the Moroccans, Adam Masina. Masina launches one into the area of Nigerians. Headed away by Shemilogo Ajayi. And now back to the Moroccans. A beautiful 1-2. They lose ball possession. Jerome Akko Adams. Akko Adams looking to find out 1-2 with Rafael Onyedika, but no. They lose ball possession once again. And now back to the Moroccans. Whips it across the right hand side. Trevor Kimi, orchestrator in chief. Current African Footballer of the Year, Jesma Tuma, now finds Brahim Diaz. They were looking for 1-2, but were intercepted by Bruno. Bruno now to Calvin. Calvin now to Victor James Osimhen. Beautiful chest pass, but not intended for the man it was intended for. Yeah, camera pass on the big man right there. Monsieur La Professeur, former manager of the Arsenal, Arsene Wenger. Right here on the continent of Africa to enjoy everything African football. I recall a team already booked their spot or their place in the final. Teranga Lions of Senegal, ably led by Pape Chow. The last one, the title in 2021. Defeating the Egyptian team. And of course, they also defeated the Egyptian team Yes, right at Stamford Bridge. The Arsenal definitely just all over Chelsea like rashes. It's into the back of the net. Victor Gyökeres finds a way to slip the ball past the goalkeeper. Yes, for the Arsenal. They are running riots right at Stamford Bridge. Make that 2-0 right there. The Blues, the world champions, have definitely been thrown under the bus by the Gunners. Mikel Arteta and of course his boys ain't here to joke at all. I recall yesterday we saw Man City also just put one foot in the final of the EFL Cup by beating Newcastle United 2-0. Back to Nigeria. Onyedika! A man just slammed the ball on the top. Who was looking for a volley, but will not trouble the goalkeeper Bono. Rafael Onyedika, that was a crosser from the left-hand side. Headed down by the Moroccan. Going to the one supporter. This one says, Donaldo. Boss, I greet you. My name now Lumide, the text from E4. Please, can you help me with your station link? Super Eagles will still win this match, even if now 1-0. We are definitely. You've got a big guy, better, a bolder, and of course, a more brilliant reason to sell TV and buy a radio. A radio just got even more interesting. Wherever you are under the surface of the sun, you can always listen to the amazing sound of Eagle 7 Sports Radio 103.7 FM. And now Morocco attacking from the left-hand side. Yes, a 1-2. A Lion. Wow, what a ball right there from the Moroccan. Looking for the bottom left corner. Well parried away by Stanley Wambali Bobo. You can see Stanley just agitated, of course, of furious, screaming at his defense right there. They went asleep for a moment. Wow, Ezazuli looking for a finesse. Well saved by Stanley Wambali. Man was called to action. Big save. It was Ademola Lookman who was the dispossessor of the ball. Ezazuli with that swift and of course a quick counter-attack. Camera pass on the Ghanaian referee. Felt that should have been a foul on Ademola Lookman. Coach, that was a big chance gone begging once again by the Moroccans.
Yes, like I said, the Nigerians have to actually watch it. Like I tell you, they'll press you. You have to be a bit strong and stay on your feet because those turnovers in the middle are strong and determined to play. We don't expect any favors from the referee.
Yeah, the Super Eagles of Nigeria dealt decisively with that corner. Yes, for Lumide to listen to us wherever you are under the surface of the sun. Even if you are there in Pluto like Charlie Poppy, trust me, we've got to cover like a canopy. It's about to make you happy. www.eagle7fm.com www.eagle7fm.com. Now Kevin Bassey bumping forward. Kevin Bassey looking to find Jerome Aquadams, well intercepted by the Moroccan. And now ball rolls out of play. Oh, wow.
Our midfield, Onyedika is not actually pulling his weight there.
Ismail,
it's too lightweight. It's too lightweight there.
Yeah,
we need a more resolute defensive midfielder there.
Who would you rather comes in for Rafael Onyedika?
The problem is that he is the best bet we have for now.
Quite
but
interesting.
Then, that means I don't know how we are going to tweak it. Maybe we'll get him to the right, get Onyeka to that position. I don't know, but we just know that we need defenders need a little bit more cover.
Oh well,
because the pressure is coming from both wings now. We need a player who is tactically sound enough to wait for the second balls and not to wait for the reverse passes.
And it's no surprises that for Rafael Onyedika. He alongside Jerome Aquadams, they've got the lowest player rating so far so good in this encounter. Onyedika has got a player rating of 5.7. A man who plays for Club Brugge, a defensive midfielder, 24 years of age, has not quite himself in small glory at all. Osimhen surprisingly has got a player rating of 5.9. He's also the lowest, just after Onyedika and of course Jerome Aquadams. Players who have turned off for Super Eagles of Nigeria so far so good. Bruno Nyemechi 7.5. Kevin Bassey 7.1, of course. Wambali 7.1. Nigerian players definitely need to turn up in this encounter. And now back to Super Eagles of Nigeria, deep in their own half. Shemilo Ajayi. And now to Kevin Bassey in the centre circle. Kevin Bassey of Fulham, who will miss the final if Super Eagles of Nigeria qualify. And now back to Alex. Alex just roaming like a network in the center circle. Now Alex to Bruno. Bruno and now finds Frank Onyeka from the left. Yeah, there's been a positional switch. It will be a corner to Super Eagles of Nigeria. Is that a corner, a goal kick? Rafael Onyedika, or rather Frank Onyeka. Oh, that was indeed a wayward pull out or crosser from Frank Onyeka well disturbed by the Moroccan just 23 man. And now they resume play quickly or swiftly. And now back to the Moroccans. From right hand side, Achraf Hakimi. And now finds Brahim Diaz. Okay, let's go to Lagos. Maybe we can now connect to Raymond Akparere. Hello, Raymond. Hello, Raymond.
Hello.
Yeah, Raymond. Can you hear me, Raymond?
Hello.
Yeah, Raymond, can you hear me? Hello, Mr. Flawless. Okay. We shall do about just re-establishing a connection with Raymond Akparere, our eye right there in Lagos. Back to this encounter. 55 minutes on the clock. Super Eagles of Nigeria now attacking Ademola Lookman. What was that coming from Lookman? Unable to keep that one, man. A long one by the Moroccan. Brett unable to just keep that ball to himself. And now to the Moroccans, they sweet play to right hand side. Achraf Hakimi. Hakimi bumping for now too. Wow. What was that coming from Brahim Diaz? I thought that was going to be a cross into the penalty box, but a man wanted to actually go for a goal all by himself. Yes, he thought for Stanley Wambali, but he was definitely out of his line. And now to Super Eagles of Nigeria. Quickly, they lose ball possession once again to the Moroccans. And now to the right, Achraf Hakimi. Hakimi playing as a wing back, most definitely. Aguerd with a long one to Rafael Onyedika. Onyedika just passes the ball to his opponent, who uses his hand to control that one, Brahim Diaz.
Onyedika is struggling. He's really struggling.
It's also evident.
He needs to build this. This guy is playing in the Champions League. We expect more from him. The pressure of this match is getting to him, and I just hope he is able to get into his own in this match and be able to match out that midfield and to score first.
Well, we hope so. Going to the WhatsApp portal, it says Nigerians are pray. Semi-final means of final before final. According to Reverend Zachariah Olubayo and Agui. A man was born on the 23rd of September 1975. He is a professional football manager and also former player who is the head coach of Morocco national team. As a player, he played as a right back for the Morocco national team. As a coach, he made history at the international level when he led Morocco to the semi-finals of the 2022 FIFA World Cup. Becoming the first national team from Africa and the Arab world to reach this stage. He then qualified Morocco for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Technically gifted, and of course, a man knows his onions. Walid, and now to Morocco. Just a dancing Ade. Penalty area of Super Eagles of Nigeria. A man looking to whip in across now to the left hand side. Well controlled at the edge of the box. Nice at the penalty box. 1-on-1 with a Bright. Looking to skip past his man. Not fine yet. Still with the Moroccans. Ezazuli with Osayi. Now Onyeka comes to rescue. Referee blows his whistle. To be a free kick to the Moroccans from left hand side. Yeah, the fans definitely applaud. That one from Ezazuli. Osayi not happy with that at all. I felt that was indeed the wrong call coming from the Ghanaian referee. The referee has every reason to believe that was indeed a foul against Ezazuli, and that to be a free kick from the left hand side. Not far from the penalty box at all. Ademola Lookman will stand over this one as the wall alongside Alexi Wobi. Man has been unable to just replicate those performances that we have seen him do in the last 4 games he has played. So far so good in this encounter, or rather in this Afcon for Super Eagles of Nigeria. Achraf Hakimi and of course Ezazuli standing by this one. Will it be a long one or will it just be in a cross? Wow, straight into the hands of the goalkeeper, Stanley Wambali Bobo. They were definitely lucky right there because the Moroccan was definitely locking. Talking about Nayef Aguerd. That was indeed a fine cross coming from Ezazuli. It looks like a training routine. And now back to the Eagles. Rafael. And now to Shemilogo. Shemilogo to Kevin Bassi, who has been yellow carded. Bassi now to Shemilogo. Shemilogo now goes to Osayi from the right. Osayi Bright. Found Rafael, but once again Rafael dispossessed. The play continues. And now to Jerome Akwadans from the left. Adams 1-on-1 with the African Ball of the Year. He keeps past him. The referee blows his whistle for a foul. on Jerome Akwadams by Achraf Hakimi. Definitely, this is the first Afcon head-to-head since 2004, with Morocco winning 3 of their 5 overall head-to-heads and losing just 2. For Spurs of Nigeria, they have scored 2+ goals in just 1 of their last 7 Afcon semi-finals. Nigeria have averaged 16.8 shots per game at this Afcon, a competition high tally, while for Morocco they have failed to score in 3 of their prior 4 Afcon semi-finals. Only one of Morocco's 5 Afcon matches saw both sides score. Camera just a pan on Moses Daddy Ajala Simon. Free kicks 1 to Nigeria, 5 to Morocco. Safe to say that we shall be seeing our first substitution of this encounter. Definitely Rafael Onyedika just struggling in this encounter. Let's look at the statistics. Shots on target, 1 apiece. A shot off target, 0 to Nigeria, 4 to Morocco. A block shot, 0 to Nigeria, 1 to Morocco. Ball possession, 46 to Nigeria, 54 to Morocco. Corner kicks, 0-2. Fouls, 13-9. Throw-ins, 10-17. Yellow card to 1-0. Crosses, 2-10. Counter attacks, 0-1. Goalkeeper saves, 1-1. Goal kicks, 5-0. Most important start after an half football play right there in Rabat, Morocco. Nigeria 0, Morocco 0. Still champions of Dal Eagles 7 Sports Radio 103.7 FM. It's the ultimate football experience. A live commentary, of course, analysis. Semi-final. You either go hard or you go home. A place to. The Senegalese just so patiently waiting. Right here at Stamford Bridge, Chelsea have definitely pulled one back. They've half the deficit. Pedro Neto sent a precise lofted cross into the box. Alejandro Garnacho latches onto it and finishes with a quick shot into the bottom left corner. The goalkeeper had no chance to save that one. The score changes to 1-2 in favor of the Arsenal. 61 minutes on the clock right there at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea won the Arsenal 2. Record for the Arsenal goals were scored by Ben White. And of course, Victor Gyökeres. Well, for Real Madrid, still 61 minutes on the clock. Albacete 1, Real Madrid 1. It's about the cup games across Europe. And for the Bavarian Giants, they have now gotten their notice in front. Wow!
Guys,
Stanley Wambali
is so slow. This guy is a problem for the Super Eagles.
That looks so scary and risky.
He's not aware. They know he's slow. They will press him. He knows. You should expect it.
Oh, wow. Now back to the Moroccans from the left.
Not your father's bedroom.
Oh, wow. And now moving to the half space. So whips in across to the penalty box. Caught like a baby by Stanley. The man needs to add more urgency, quickness, and of course sharpness to his game. No need to show both in this encounter. No need for your antics. It's a serious-minded encounter. It's all to play for. And now passes the ball to Shemilogo Ajayi. And for Spurs of Nigeria, they are among the nations to win their first 5 matches in a single Afcon edition. Once again, a foul on the Moroccan. A referee blows his whistle. Jerome Akwadams can't believe his eyes. El Ainawi. That was indeed a foul by Akwadams, just pulling down his marker or his man. I'll go to the WhatsApp portal. This one says, I'm sure Nigeria will carry the day by 2-0. Ajibade Tiamiyo from Ijaye in Abeokuta. And now Morocco attacking from the left hand side, bumping forward. A masky pass of Frank Onyeka. And now finds a man in the half spaces. Whips in a cross into the penalty box. For Kevin Bassi, allows it to roll to the goalkeeper, Stanley Wambali. Man has been so involved in this encounter. 64 minutes on the clock. Rolls it peacefully to Shemilogo. The Moroccans have been so in control of this encounter. Alex Iwobi comes to receive, now to Rafael. Rafael passes it quickly back to Alex. Alex just signaling to his teammate to come receive the ball. Now to Shemilogo. In the half of Super Eagles of Nigeria, now to Bright Osai Samuel. Bright looking to just swoop down into the half of the Moroccans. It was blocked by Ezazule. What a job Ezazule has done on Bright Osai Samuel. Just pegging him back alongside Achraf Hakimi, of course, Brahim Diaz from the right-hand side. Pegging back Bruno Nyemechi. We have not seen those surging runs from the wing-backs of Nigeria. And now to Kevin Bassi. Looking to just whipping across to Ademola, but they lose the ball possession down to the Moroccans. Well, man should get a yellow card for that one. Referee had already blown his whistle, and of course, in frustration, he kicked the ball into the stands. What will the Ghanaian referee do? A replay of that one. It was indeed a ball in the area, or in the air rather, to be nodded by Bright Osai Samuel, and for Ezazuli, he just used his hand to nudge a Bright. The referee had already blown his whistle. He kicked the ball in frustration. Definitely, you don't do that in football. A whole lot of bodies just waiting to be introduced. Just doing some light sum up, and of course, stretching in this encounter. When you look at the nations to win their first 5 matches in a single Afcon edition, you talk about Algeria in 1990, Cameroon in 2002, Egypt in 2010, Cote d'Ivoire in 2012, and of course Nigeria in 2025. For Nigeria, they have scored 14 goals at Afcon 2025, their highest ever tally in a single edition, beating their 12 goals scored in 2000. We'll recall Victor James Osimhen. Wow.
Osimhen.
Unable to keep.
Technically not the best player in the world. That one, for a top class ball playing player, is a strike. That's a goal. That's a goal. You keep the ball. He's not very good on with his feet. That's the biggest challenge he has as a player.
And now Morocco attacking. El Kabi, well dispossessed by Kevin Bassey. Both the players just collided. Talk about Kevin Bassey, of course, Stanley Nwabali. Both on the top. It doesn't look good. Kabi was definitely through on goal. The man gets up. That was a fine save from Bono.
So from that? You gave him. Look at Ajayi. Look at Ajayi. What was he thinking?
Man was literally.
He was not forming depth. He deceived Bassey that he was forming depth. Then he was trying to play the offside.
Yeah.
That's lazy defending. Lazy defending. If Bassey was not a fast defender, that's a goal. That's a goal scoring opportunity.
Man was definitely running through on goal. So what's Ayub El Kabi? Who has got a player rating of 6.2 in this game? Plays for Olympiacos right there in Greece. A striker, 32 years of age, not the fastest of attackers. We'll go to the WhatsApp portal. This one says, okay, well acknowledged. Let's go back to Lagos. Probably we can get to re-establish connection with Raymond Akparere. Our man just feeling the pulse all the way from center of excellence. Now ball in the half of the Moroccans. Jerome Akwadams whips in across to the penalty box. Osimhen chest that one. Goes all the way back. Now to Osayi. Osayi to Frank. Frank from right hand side. Back to Osayi. Osayi still the ball. 1-on-1 with Ezazuli. Goes all the way back to Shemilogo. Now to Alex Iwobi. Deep in the half of the Moroccans. Iwobi with a telepathic pass to the path of Bruno Mechi. Wow. Not the neatest of controls coming from Bruno. It will roll out a play. A play on. Bruno whips in across. Yeah, that ball is in it.
Referee, that was not a foul in any stretch of anybody's imagination.
Definitely what the Eagles know that they'll be up for.
It is what it is.
Yeah, all of this a 50-50 challenge. Definitely Eric Sakushel bewildered, absolutely astonished, absolutely flabbergasted. Doesn't understand what the Ghanaian referee had to blow that one for. A man says you're throwing. Yeah, offside. It will be thrown to be taken by Ashraf Hakimi. And from the right hand side, they're deep in the half of the Moroccans are taking quickly to his teammates. And of course, Hakimi just clears that one. Yeah, let's go to Lagos. Hello, Raymond. Hello, Raymond. Hello, Raymond.
Hello.
Yeah. Welcome back. What a challenge it's been tonight between El Kabi, the 32-year-old Olympiacos striker, and of course, Kevin Bassey. It's been a thug of war, to say the least. Eric Sekushel, definitely not a happy man so far, so good. And now, Spikers of Nigeria, we just look at re-strategizing. Shemilogo Ajayi. Ajayi now passes the ball to Kevin Bassey, who has been so animalistic. Passes completed in this encounter. Nigeria 265, Morocco 226. Hello, Raymond. Okay, back to Prince Muli Abdallah Stadium in Rabat. A long one towards the path off for Brett Osai Samuel, well intercepted by the Moroccan. And now they kick the ball to the path of Nigeria. Frank goes all the way back. And now to Shemilogo. Shemilogo at a walking pace finds Raphael. Raphael quickly passes the ball to Kevin Bassey. Kevin Bassey not far from the center circle, goes all the way to the left hand side. Bruno Nyemechi. Bruno, we've seen that one. Looking to find Victor James Osimhen. Man has been so isolated up front so far, so good. The supplies have been cut short.
Yes, they've been denying us passing lanes. They've been blocking all the passing lanes, and I don't know how the Eagles still contrive to still be playing the same way when it's not working. I don't know. I told you the only way they can play to get that advantage is when they come drop in between the lines to receive the ball. I expect a Lookman now to start dropping in between the lines, drag the Moroccan defense a bit high up so they can create spaces behind them for the Osimhen, the Akos to make those runs. But we are just too flat up front. The same way, we can't get a school scoring opportunity like in the way we're playing. We need to drag them out of their position by coming to receive the ball in between the lines. Then we cannot exploit the spaces in between behind the defensive line.
Well, definitely for the Arsenal, they are currently dragging Chelsea. 3-1. Martin Zubimendi collects a sweeter pass inside the penalty box and smashes the ball inside the left post. What a clinical finish coming from Martin Zubimendi. Gets the third goal for the Arsenal. They are running riot over Chelsea right at Stamford Bridge. It's the FA Cup semi-finals of first leg. The Arsenal definitely crumbling, of course, dismantling the bridge. 3-1. They've got to 1 foot in the final of the FA Cup. Now to Ademola Lookman. Wow, what a timely interception by the Moroccan. And now they convert the defense to attack. They are dispossessed. Alexi Wobi comes to rescue the Eagles. And now to his full-hand player in Calvin. Now to Bruno. Bruno just now on to Jerome. Aquadams from the left. Aquadams with his marker. Just moves into the out spaces. That was indeed poor coming from Jerome Aquadams. Looking to find Ademola Lookman inside the penalty box. That was indeed a beautiful rare spell of ball possession from the Eagles.
Good defending.
Oh, what a timely defensive job being done by Neil El Ainawi
between the lines
to take the ball off the feet of the Eagle. Now to Kevin Bassey. Bassey in the half of the Moroccans. And now to Jerome Aquadams. Now to Bruno Nyemechi. That was indeed too long not to be met by Bruno.
They need more communication there. All Aqua needed to turn. Tell him turn.
Yeah.
He's closer to go. Why are you coming back? We beat that defensive line. We have to attack.
And now throw into the Moroccans. It's been taken by Trafa Kimi. A dip in their own half. 74 minutes on the clock. Super Eagles of Nigeria, Morocco nil. Still your champions are Dal Eagles 7 Sports on Radio 103.7 FM. It's the ultimate football experience. Yes, we are still putting right in the heart of the action with regards to that game's also ongoing in another part of the world as well. Yeah, for Chelsea, definitely crumbling. For Bayern, they've gotten their third goal against FC Cologne. 90 plus 3 minutes to make that Bayern 3, Cologne 1. For the Los Blancos, still playing at a 1-0 draw versus Albacete. Go to the WhatsApp portal. This one says, good evening, BGP, Donaldo and Coach Dennis Owumi. Great Ife.
Great.
Now so, the Super Eagles and not just playing against the 12th man, the fans, but also a 13th man, the officials. Let the Super Eagles be calm and not to lose guard at the defense. The goal will come, according to Michael JP. A man whips in across. Wow!
What was Nwabali doing there?
That was a terrible intervention by Bruno Nyemechi.
He was placed in the no man's land there. He did time the ball. He just came out. I don't know. What was that? What was that?
Wow. Super Eagles of Nigeria living dangerously. Another corner to the Moroccans to be taken from the right hand side. Fence whips in that cross. Indeed, an in-swinger. Headed away. El Kabi claiming that it should be another corner. It was headed by El Kabi. Did that one touch any Super Eagles of Nigeria player? Yeah, camera pans on the fans right at the Prince Moulay Abdallah Stadium in Morocco. Definitely, they are having fun. They are having fun. Prince Moulay Abdallah Stadium is a football stadium in Rabat, Morocco, with a seating capacity of 69,500. It was opened on the 5th of September 2025. It is the home stadium of Morocco national football team. It is also part of a larger sports complex that includes an athletics track and field stadium, the indoor Saleh Moulay Abdallah Arena, and an Olympic swimming pool. It is one of the largest stadiums in Morocco. And now Onyedika brings down his man. Yes, he goes into the referee's bad books. The second Nigerian to be yellow carded in this encounter, Rafael Onyedika. Jerome Akon Adams comes to complain. You should be careful, else it might also get carded for dissent.
The attackers, they need to be more creative. You cannot control the ball dead and expect. They will crowd you. They overload in the middle just to ensure you don't have time and space to. So you cannot control the ball dead. Before the ball comes, either you are receiving at a half turn, or definitely you are pushing the ball towards the direction. 1-2 combination play. Then that's the only way we can come out of this. We are too relaxed on the ball. We take too much time to decide what happens. And the Moroccans are very, very intentional in how they press.
For Nigeria, they are still bidding for a fourth Total Energy CAF Africa Cup of Nations title, while Morocco are searching for their first trophy win since 1976. It's been a long time coming. They met at the Africa Cup of Nations for the 6th time, or they are meeting for the 6th time, with all 5 previous Afcon meetings producing a winner. Corner taken shortly. Now crossed into the penalty box, headed away by Kevin Bassey. All this is players to just move out. 78 minutes on the clock. And now back to the Moroccans. Deep in the half of the Super Eagles of Nigeria from the left-hand side. A man looking to whip in across. No, dummies his marker. Goes all the way back. Still with the Moroccans. Hugging the sidelines. Ezazole. One-on-one with Osai. Blocked by Osai. Still with Ezazole. The man will look at shooting the ball. Yes, he does that beautifully well. Finds his nearest man. And now they go all the way back to Mazraoui. Back to the Moroccans. Beautiful team play. To me, to you. No holding of the ball too much. And now they switch play. They move to the right-hand side to the skipper. Achraf Hakimi. Wow, what a strike by Hakimi.
Play. Just play that boy away. That's the thing to do.
Kevin Bassey inside the penalty box. Hakimi was raising his hands for a possible penalty. He felt that Kevin Bassey used his hand to stop that ball. I guess that was indeed unintentionally. Osimhen just that one to Ademola back to Osimhen, back to Ademola. Ademola looking to find Jerome Adams, but they lose the ball.
It's not very good on the ball.
And now back to Morocco. Oh wow, skip past his man, Alexi Iwobi. Just twisting and dancing. Yes, Aguerd with a cross-field pass to the left-hand side. Now to Saibari to Mazraoui. Don't you just love how the Moroccans play? Now back to Saibari. Saibari just at a working pace. And now they go all the way to the right-hand side. And now with Aguerd bumping forward. And now finds
Chidi overload.
Yeah, Brahim Diaz from the right. And now touch Achraf Hakimi. Hakimi finds a player in the half space. He's a man whistling across to the penalty box. Once again, Kevin Bassey doing all of the defensive duty and of course the jobs for Nigeria. Ezazuli. Well marked by Osai. Still with the Moroccans from the left. Onyeka. Wow, does a beautiful job on Mazraoui. Onyeka just cleared the ball to his opponent. And now with the Moroccans from the left. Just camping Super Eagles of Nigeria in their own half. Yes, Super Eagles of Nigeria not having any breathing space at all. Still with the Moroccans. And now they lose ball possession. The referee blows a whistle. Yes, referee Onyedika cannot believe it. He can't believe that one. That was indeed a foul by Onyedika on the Moroccan. And of course, he needs to be careful as well.
Oh, that was a penalty, but I think it was beside his hand.
But then again, yeah, his hand was actually just in a natural position. Yes, okay. His hands were in a natural position. He did not stretch out his hand, so I don't think that should have been a penalty. 8 minutes on the clock. Nigeria nil, Morocco nil.
Wow.
Oh, what's the game that
was close. That was close.
Yeah. You can see Walid still.
That was really, really close.
Still signaling to the referee that handball. That was struck by.
But then he did not. His hand was not outstretched.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. You couldn't have cut off his hand in that position. It was in a natural position. It will be a free kick to the Moroccans. Super Eagles of Nigeria, they've been on the back foot for the majority of this game. It's been a sharp contrast to what we have seen them display or exhibit at this ongoing Afcon. Giving the Moroccans all of the initiatives. Right there, Stamford Bridge, 8 minutes on the clock. Chelsea 1, the Arsenal 3. A free kick taken shortly. Now, cross into the penalty box. Well caught by Stanley Wambali Bobo. Stanley with a quick one to Jerome Adams. Adams just looking to charge. Yes, beat his man. Adams. Oh, what was that going from Adams? Looking to find Osimhen, but just pass the ball to his opponent. Back to the Moroccans. The Moroccans definitely know that it's now or never. You can sense the urgency of the quickness now to the right hand side. Morocco now attacking. Super Eagles of Nigeria defending. Yes, Brahim Diaz, who has got 5 goals so far, so good in this ongoing encounter or tournament. And now they switch for the left hand side. Shot 2 to Nigeria, 9 to Morocco. El Kabi. A man is pushed out of the penalty ball by Kevin Bassi. Oh, what a strike from the edge of the box. Wow. Well powered by Stanley Wambali Bobo. Back to Morocco. And now Brahim Diaz. Whistling across, headed away by Kevin Bassi. Kevin Bassi has been so animalistic. What was that? Indeed, a poor volley by the Moroccan. Finally, Super Eagles of Nigeria can heave a use of relief. Oh, what a strike coming from Ezazuli. Just at the edge of the box. Looking for the bottom left corner. And for Stanley Wambali Bobo, man was indeed alive to his duty and of course responsibility. Wow, Morocco knocking. Finally, that substitution will ring in. Rafael Onyedika of Club Brugge will make his way out for Moses Daddy Ajala Simon, number 18 out for number 15.
Yeah, I just see. I don't know how this would pan out. I was expecting that we were a bit more solid at the defense. We can play on the transition. But with this, we want to attack, and I think Onyeka comes into that position. How do we curtail them? Because Onyeka has been helping Bright Osayi a lot on the wide areas.
Yeah.
Now he's going to be free for all now. So we are actually going for Brook. Is that we score or they score? I think this is what the coach has decided to do. Because having my Simon come in means we are going to have to drop in either Akko or Lookman into the hole. And I don't know how that would work out in terms of defensive transitions. We do have the presence of mind to be able to track back to curtail the extra man in the middle for Morocco. I don't know how that works, but let's see how it goes.
Oh, well, it's a double substitution for Coach Walid of Morocco. Yeah. Bilal El Kanous has been taken out, and of course, Ayub El Kabi. We shall bring you confirmation regarding the players who have been introduced for the Moroccans. Like we said earlier, for Super Eagles of Nigeria, Rafael Onyedika out for Moses Daddy Ajala Simon. 83 minutes on the clock. I'll go to the WhatsApp portal. This one says, let's call Eric Sekoshel to change Wambali. According to Ajibade Tiamiyo from Ijayi, right there in Abeokuta. Adima Lookman brought down. Referee blows his whistle for a foul. Another one says, good evening, Donaldo. Good evening to you, sport fan. This one says, Donaldo, only God can save you goes from Lions tonight because I feel Lawrence Sole Neo. I don't have confidence on Wambali. Lawrence Kayo, the Adeleke from Abeokuta. Eagles give too much respect to Morocco. They need to keep strong and of course solid. Still from Lawrence. Thank you very much. Coach, you wanted to say something?
Yes, I just think the Eagles need a little bit of a tactical tweak so that we can get more players into play. We are just keeping high up. We are getting our players up the field, but then they are not actually pressing, because what it means, the Moroccans always come out of that whatever press we think we're forming.
Yeah.
And they tend to create an overload in the middle, and we are not very, very good at those defensive transitions because we are thin in the middle. So how we come about that, I don't know how we are going to get that done if our players are not getting the balls. Lukman is not getting the balls. Akor gets the ball, but before he gets the ball, he has 2 or 3 players on him, and he gets to lose the ball. See, he's about to lose the ball again. Except he uses strength now, he will lose the ball. And then the Morocco, that's how they play. That's how they play the Cameroonians. They deny people time and space. They come in 2s and 3s to deny you time and play. They press wherever the ball is. They press wherever the ball is. And that's what they've been able to, certainly they've curtailed the Eagles. You could find out in this game, maybe 1 or 2 shots on target. And that tells us that they stifled our attack.
Well, it's actually a 5-goal thriller right there at Stamford Bridge. Alejandro Garnacho unleashes a first-time shot from inside the box and beats the goalkeeper inside the left post, making that a 2-3. Yes, Chelsea 2, the Arsenal 3. It's all to play for. Referee Simon Upa actually indicated he's going to review the Chelsea goal using VAR. It's probably to see if there was a foul in the build-up, but then again, he sticks with his original decision after the VAR review. No infringement, and the goal stands. The Arsenal 3, Chelsea 2. It's about the EFL Cup semi-finals of first leg. And as Pegasus of Nigeria, definitely Admiral Lukman was so sandwiched in that position. Well, right there in Spain, yes, don't adjust your radio set. Albacete 2, Real Madrid 1. 84 minutes on the clock. Albacete showing Abeloa how it is done. It's about the cup games. We say it's synonymous with cup sets or even upsets. You are a coach. Do you think the mutual termination of the contracts of Xabi Alonso was indeed fair?
No, I definitely know there's a lot of issues going on in the dressing room of that the Galacticos. I know it goes beyond football. They have talented players, but I think there's so much ego tripping in that team where players who think they are lord and manors over others. That's the only way Madrid can come back to the glory days.
Well, going to the WhatsApp portal, this one says, I feel Lauren Solenio. God is our goalkeeper, according to Reverend Zachariah Olubayo Ryan Wasimi. And of course, a confirmation with regards to that substitution for the Moroccans. Yes, Usama Tagaline has now been introduced for Bilal El Kanous, while Hamza Igamane in for Ayub El Kabi. 87 minutes on the clock. Nigeria nil, Morocco nil. 0700 2255 1037. 0700 2255 1037. The other line 081 2782 8497. 081 2782 8497. The WhatsApp line for your calls and texts is 07067280732. Hello, good evening.
The big game Donaldo.
Yeah, good evening.
You are just reducing my blood pressure here. But I'm telling you, a long goal is going to surprise this side. Super Eagle all the way.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Man says he sees a long goal. Just a sufficing this encounter. Super Eagles all the way. Once again, all the way to the phone line. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Welcome to the broadcast. So what's the name and where are you calling from?
This is Mr. Peter from Okelantoro.
Yeah, welcome, Mr. Peter, The Rock.
Just want to correct that Yoruba, not Aviolorun Sole. Aviolorun Sole. That means we keep God as our keeper.
Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you very much, my brother. Once again, Stanley Wabali Baba, call to action.
Definitely, the Super Eagles defensively will be solid, and that's why we are still having this game up, because our attack is not flowing, but then they are keeping us in the game, which is so important for a championship winning team. If the attackers are not in the game, defenders have to keep us in the game until we get the opportunity to nick it, which I think we will just nick it.
Still out to play for this encounter. 4 of their previous 5 Afcon meetings came in the group stages in 1976. 2 games. That was in 2000, of course, of 2004. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Donald.
Yeah, good evening. Hello, good evening. Okay, thank you very much. I do well to call us back. And now back to the Moroccans from the left. A man still waiting for.
Hey!
Oh wow, what was that coming from? Osai man literally just went down as if he was hit by some spiritual forces. Back to Brem Diaz from the right, and now to Atreva Kimi. The skipper finds a man inside the penalty box. Oh wow, skip pass 1-2 Lions, or rather Eagles. Still wait to the Moroccans, who intercepted by Kevin Bassi. A man takes that strike despite the fact that the referee has blown his whistle. Yeah. the man who was brought in the second 45. Once again, Asai Sami just went down from that trickery of Ezazole.
Oyemachi doing a very human job there in defensive coverage.
Yeah. Hamza Gamane. Hello, good evening. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Do well to call us back. Yeah, 3 minutes of additional time right there. 3 minutes of additional time. We are staring at a possible extra time. What a game, what a game, what a game. It's all to play for. Will a goal suffice? Hello, good evening.
Good evening, BGP. This is Honorable.
Yeah, welcome, Honorable.
Thank you very much. Good evening, Coach.
Yeah.
I'm going to be able to do for me, BGP, I don't know. This kind of social is me, I don't understand. I think we will do a midfielder from an attacker. What about Dili Bashir? I was going to bring a Dili Bashir without midfield. I think we make more tournament. I am beginning my notice at the Anjana final. I'm going to have Nigeria. I wouldn't need a best of. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much, the first man. It says he wishes Spikes of Nigeria best of luck. Now to Moses Simon from the left. Moses Simon twisting Anthony, who whips in across and not to be met by Victor James Osimhen. Now back to Osimhen. Just outside the penalty box, Osimhen Dele pass the ball to his opponent as the ball passes to Frank Onyeka. Now to Kevin Bassey. Yeah, Bassey to the left hand side. Now to Moses Daddy Ajala Simon. Moses with the ball. Now to Bruno. Bruno back to Moses. Moses whips in that one into the penalty box, but that was indeed wasteful. He was looking for Ademola Lookman. Yes, all of the deliveries into the penalty box have been so wasteful and, of course, disjointed from the Eagles. Victor Jesus has been so starved of the balls, including Ademola Lookman. The man has been stifled in this encounter. Alex Iwobi has not really been that free-flowing, of course, expressive. Stanley, just maybe a time wastage. Shemilogo. Beckers on Frank to come receive the ball. He does. And now to Kevin, who has been so rock solid. Kevin with a long one into the penalty box. Well nodded away by the Moroccan. As Azul is brought down by Osimhen. It's be a foul. Free kick taken quickly. Play resumes. And now they go the way back to the right hand side. And Naif Agued. Agued now popping forward. Being marked by Osimhen. Goes all the way back to his teammate. To the man who was brought in. Talk about Osama Atagalin. And now to the left. And now with Ezazoli. And now they move into the half spaces. They switch position to the right hand side. To Achraf Hakimi, the skipper of the team. Who has been so lively. Who once again referee blows against him. I felt that was indeed a 50-50 challenge. Should have been. Play continues. Now to Morocco. Whips in across. Kevin Bassey once again doing all of the defensive duty for the Eagles. And of course, Bruno Nyumechi just kicks down out of play. Throwing taken quickly by the Moroccans to Brahim Diaz. Brahim Diaz now finds his teammates. Now they're whipping on that cross. Headed away by Kevin Bassey once again. Kevin Bassey definitely has a shout out for man of the match. Now to the Eagles. Jerome Aquadams. Deep in the half of the Eagles. Now moving to the half of the Moroccans. Looking to find Victor James Osimhen. Well intercepted by Mazraoui. Mazraoui now bopping forward. Now in the half of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Yes, they pass the ball beautifully well from one player to another. This is what you call tiki-taka. Now back to Igamane. Absolutely. The Ghanaian referee blows his whistle. Daniel Nilayer. Nothing to separate both sides after 90 minutes. Second semi-final of the 35th edition of the Africa Cup of Nations. Full time. Super Eagles of Nigeria nil. The Atlas Lions of Morocco nil. Liga, all games are done and dusted. Wolfsburg 2, St. Pauli 1, FC Cologne 1, Bayern Munich 3, Hoffenheim 5, Borussia Mönchengladbach 1, RB Leipzig 2, Freiburg nil. In the Italian Serie A, Napoli nil, Parma nil, Inter 1, Lecce nil. Done and dusted. And of course, right in Copa del Rey, 90 plus 4 minutes, Albacete 2, Real Madrid 2, 90 plus 7, Deportivo Alaves 2, Rayo Vallecano nil, Real Betis 2, Elche 1, and of course, right there in England, yes, 90 plus 6 minutes, Chelsea 2, the Arsenal 3. Yes, coach, the 90 minutes is already done and dusted. We await extra time.
Yes, this is definitely a blockbuster game. You could see definitely that both teams they sized themselves up. They tried to take initiative at various intervals. Though in terms of initiative, with the Moroccans definitely nicked it at the end of the day. If you weigh both sides and in terms of what they've done, but the Eagles were able to be resolute in the second half. Though they did not create as much chances, but I think they came into the game more in the second half than in the first half. They were able to create enough scoring opportunities. Definitely. Based on the fact that the Moroccans have gotten a hold on how we play, and they've been able to press us and deny us time and space to actually play, and we've not been able to get our key players into the game. Lukman has been hassled all through. Akko has not really got into his mettle, and I just think I know it's only when Moses came in, we had a little bit more pressure from the width, but he's not been able to convert that into goal scoring opportunities yet. So I still think that we have what it takes to come through this. The Moroccans have given, for me, they've given all they can. What they can do, they've given us the 90 minutes. They've tried all and just step up a gear. Just one gear. I tell you,
don't get it twisted. You are still with Eagles 7 Sports Radio 103.7 FM. Ultimate football experience, a live commentary and of course analysis of everything. The 35th edition of the Africa Cup of Nations. Yes. We are already on the way. Now, both the teams have now switched positions back to how the game kick started. Super Eagles of Nigeria now playing from left to right, while Morocco playing from right to left. Definitely, they are yet to change their jersey. The Eagles, a white shirt, and of course, white socks. While for Morocco, red shirt, green shirt, and of course, red socks as well. I am your lead commentator, Donald Senna, a.k.a. Donaldo, the big game player. Yes, Coach Denso, welcome back for the first half of extra time.
Yes, I just think, like I said, the Nigerians have actually kept themselves in this game, particularly defense, to ensure that we still have a chance to nick this game. We just need to a little bit more compact in the middle to deny them time and space to create any goal scoring opportunities. But I know it's not going to be easy, but I think the first 5 minutes of the second half will tell us where this game is going to swing.
Well, right there in Spain, it's done and dusted. Yes, Albacete. They did beat Real Madrid 3-2. Real Madrid have been knocked out of the Copa del Rey. Not the kind of stats Alvaro Arbeloa would have envisaged. They were knocked out by Albacete. That's what we're often saying in football. Especially cup games, they are synonymous with cup sets or even upsets. Well, they actually got the first goal in the 42nd minute. Franco Mastantone equalized. Before they also got the second goal, then they equalized 90+1 by Gonzalo Garcia. Then they got the winner in the 90+4, and now a corner in the 90+1 minutes from the left-hand side to be taken by Trevor Kimi. Yes, they've kicked out this extra time just where they left off in full time. All men inside the penalty box for Nigeria. Trevor Kimi raises both hands. Definitely a sign language to his teammates. Will it be an in-swinger or out-swinger? An in-swinger, wow! Oh, what a header that was for Agued. The man was totally left unmarked. Wow, just struck at the woodwork. The goalkeeper's best friend. Wow, so scary that looked right there.
Surprising, what is this now? I actually went to pick him up and he lost him somewhere along the line. So I definitely lots of concentration that they need to focus a bit more because the extra time, tiredness, everything will come into play. So we have to actually get our acts together.
Well, that was a crazy corner. Just swung down to the far end of the post. Reminds me of how the Arsenal take their corner. Now, beautiful interception by Frank Onyeka. Onyeka now in the center circle. That was not a neat pass intended for Victor James Osimhen. Super Eagles of Nigeria players just so frustrated with all of this 50-50 caused by the referee. Maybe majority of them actually going the way of the Moroccans. 87. He had his secondary education at the Accra Academy, where he also played football and later became the goalkeeper for the school's football team. The man holds a Bachelor of Science degree in accounting from the University of Ghana Business School and a degree in physical education from the University of Education, Winneba. Camera focuses on the technical bench of Super Eagles of Nigeria, Eric Sekoshel, and of course the man who also coaches the Sky Blue Stars, Remo Stars, Daniel Ogumodede. His team was victorious earlier today in that Southwest Derby against Ikorodu City, the Oga Boys. That was match day 20 of the Nigerian Premier Football League. Second stanza of the league actually kickstarted or commenced today. In case you missed it, the NPFL results. Air Academy Warriors they beat Bayelsa United 1-0. Bara FC they beat Niger Tornadoes 2-1. Abia Warriors and Plateau United 1-1. Enugu Rangers and of course Rivers United goalless. Kwara United lost to Ben Insurance 0-1. Nasra United lost to Kano Pillars 0-1. Shooting Stars they shut down Eyimba 3-0. Wiki Tourist lost to Wariwo 0-1. Remo beat Ikorodu 1-0. And now back to this encounter. Now Jerome Akwa Adams. A referee blows his whistle for a foul. Yes, Jerome Akwa Adams used his hand to actually control the ball. And that was in this spot on by the Ghanaian. Yeah, free kick taken quickly. Jerome Akwa Adams needs to just get himself back into the game. Wow. What a strike from Agamane. Just skip past his man Frank Onyeka like a spirit. Looking for the top left corner. Look at how he nutmegged Frank Onyeka. Man had no idea how Agamane just went past him. They are just exposing the defense of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And now to Alex Iwobi. 95 minutes on the clock. Alex in the half of the Eagles. Alex now to Frank. Frank at a walking pace. You can see the tiredness, the fatigue in these players. Not easy at all. Now to Kevin Bassey, who has been so lively in this encounter. Now to Alex. Alex now moving forward. Now to the left-hand side. To Bruno Nyomechi. Players now making runs, including Moses Simon. Bruno skips past his man. Still with the Bruno. Goes all the way back to the left. And now we've seen that cross. Headed away by the Moroccan. Now to Alex once again. Alex in the half spaces. And now to Bright Osai Samuel from the right. What will Bright do? One-on-one with Ezazule. And now finds Jerome Akwa Adams not far from the penalty box. Looking to make his way to the penalty box. Yes, Mazraoui with a 10-minute intervention to just kick down at top play to be a corner to Super Eagles of Nigeria to be taken from the right-hand side. Yes, a beautiful job being done by Nosawi Mazraoui. Mazraoui has been so exciting in this encounter. Man has got a player rating of 8.2. Let's say for Manchester United. 28 years of age. Indeed, a left back. A man has had 47 accurate passes out of 56. Make that 84%. He has made 4 clearances, 3 tackles, and of course 7 recoveries, 1 interception, 3 headed clearance. It will be a corner to be taken by Demola Lukman. A man resists his right hand. Make that a throw into Super Eagles of Nigeria. A dip in the half of the Moroccans. How will take this one? Lukman, take that one quickly. Into the penalty box. Jerome Akwa Adams. 2 men just sandwich Akwa Adams. Well, Moroccan complain about something. Will that be another corner? No, it will be a goal kick. Jerome Akwa Adams had the last touch. Yes, it will be a goal kick too. The Moroccans. Yet another substitution to be done by Nigeria. Camera pans on the president of CAF, Dr. Patrice Motsepe. Jerome Akwa Adams has seen enough. Jersey number 22 man, Sevilla man will be out of office. Dele Bashiru. Coach, what do you make of this substitution?
Yeah, I think Akko is really tired, but I could see still among all the strikers, he's still the only one that now that is trying to bring hold-up play for the Eagles up front now, because he's using his physicality now. I was hoping that they would use more of that, because I think if we can actually get him to hold up the play and bring all the players into the game, would have given us an edge. But now it's not there, and I don't know how we are going to now start building up our attack.
Well, Jerome Akwa Adams had a player rating of 5.1. 25 years of age, a striker, plays for Sevilla. A man was able to deliver 7 accurate passes out of 17. That's indeed poor. A meager 41% right there. He had 34 touches, 3 inside the opposition box. 1 accurate cross out of 2, that's 50%. He has now been taken out of Fisel. Dele Bashiru has now been introduced for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Back to the Moroccans, controlling every department of this encounter. And now in the half of Nigeria, in the center circle, Neil finds Achraf to Ibrahim Diaz, who was indeed dispossessed by Bruno Nyomechi. What a job Bruno has done on Brahim.
No, Bruno has been exceptional in this game. His energy, his intensity, and the way he's been able to win those duels. He's actually been the one actually working on both Hakimi and Brahim, and he's actually silenced Diaz all this while. Let's see if he can do it for the whole duration of this game.
Oh, well, this one says, I commit everything into the hands of God. A man going spiritual. Reverend Zakra Olubayo Ryan Wasimi. And now Morocco attacking from the left. Ezazole moves into the half spaces, drops it to the right hand side. Now to Achraf Hakimi, whips in a cross. Headed away by Bright Osai Samuel. Rebound forced to Agamane. Taken away by the Eagles. Finally, to roll to the path of Stanley Wambali Bobo. Yes, a man knows that should have just struck that one ferociously. That was indeed a dangerous cross coming from Achraf Hakimi. Super Eagles of Nigeria will look at just a rebuilding from the back. And now to Bassi. Bassi to the left, so goes all the way to Bruno. Bruno just charging, bumping forward.
Go down.
That's
a card. That is a card. That's a card. There's no way that cannot be a card.
That's also similar to what got Rafael Onyedika his yellow card as well. That was on Achraf Hakimi. Quite interesting that the Ghanaian referee doesn't deem it to be a foul on Bruno Mechi. Brahim Diaz.
His game is done.
For the first time, man will not get a goal at the 35th edition of the Africa Cup of Nations. 100 minutes on the clock. Brahim Diaz.
Onyemaechi won that duel.
Yeah.
Was it on?
Yeah. I guess it will be someone else that will be substituted. The bench actually signaled to him to just still stay on. The man has got a player rating of 6.2, one of the lowest so far in this encounter. Brahim Diaz, who plays for Real Madrid, a right winger, 26 years of age. Real Madrid were beaten tonight. The man has provided 25 accurate passes out of 29. That's 86%. 5 recoveries he has made. 4 ground duels won out of 12. It's be a free kick to Super Eagles of Nigeria. And Demola Lookman standing by this one. And Demola still standing. He's the decoy. Bruno whizzed that one in. That was so poor from Bruno. So poor. We'll not even go past.
Where's the goalkeeper?
The goalkeeper is definitely in his own box. So weary. Yeah. Also, he goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. Now you can see him way out of his penalty box.
Play this ball, for God's sake.
Looking to just take a long one, but Domi the marker passes the ball to Onyeka. Onyeka at a walking pace in the half of the Eagles. Now goes to the left-hand side. Finds Moses. Now to Bruno. Bruno now to Kevin Bassi. Kevin Bassi just moving up the pitch. Now to Shemilo Go, the central defender. And now finds Alex Iwobi. Alex Iwobi just takes a long one into the penalty box, or rather into the half of the Moroccans. Now to Osayi. The player is down on the top. The referee blows his whistle to be a foul against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Safe to say every 50-50 challenge will go the way of the Moroccans. According to the referee, camera pans on Walid Regragui. That's the gaffer of the Moroccans. El Nesri has now been introduced for Ezazuli. Absolutely, Ezazuli out. Make that the third substitution for the Moroccans. Yusuf Nesri has now been introduced. And now Morocco with the ball. They go to the path of Mazraoui. Mazraoui to the left-hand side. And now Igamane. Igamane moves into the half spaces. Well, it's accepted by Afisa Delebashiro. And now received once again by Alex. And now to Bright. Bright one-on-one with Ismail Saibari. He's brought down. Oh, what would the referee say? Osai has been so outstanding in this encounter.
Yeah, this boy has actually proved that he's good enough for the right back position for Nigeria.
Yeah.
His take for the right back position, he's been exceptional in this tournament.
So he said that he has already gotten that shirt off for Lalua.
No, definitely no. But he's giving a good shout out for anybody who wants to say, I'm here.
Shots 2 to Nigeria, 13 to Morocco. This one says Donaldo, a job well done, sir. From Ajibade Tiamiyu, from Ijayi, right there in Abeokuta. Thank you very much, my brother. 103 minutes, 2 minutes of the first time of extra time. Man whistling across. Victor James Osimhen. Admiral Lukman. Still Lukman. It's a penalty box. Now Fisa Delebashiru. Yeah, coach just urging them to shoot. Still with Fisayo. Whistling across. It's be a corner to Super Eagles of Nigeria. Yes, Achraf Hakimi just doing the lost job defensively. Once again, that crosser from the left-hand side. Victor James Osimhen controlled that one with his chest. Unable to keep the ball to himself. Led that one to Ademola Lookman. Lookman to Fisa Delebashiru. Well, that was not with that beautiful chest control at the penalty box.
Osimhen does not have a good use of the left leg, so he's a little bit restricted to coming back to his strong foot. You know, if he was if he's Ronaldo, he hits the ball like that, goes in fine, does not go in fine. You need to attempt that.
Zero 700-2255-1037, 0700-2255-1037. The other line 081-2782-8497, 081-2782-8497. The WhatsApp line for your calls and text 070-6728-0732. It's all to play for. Hello, good evening. Absolutely. Thank you very much, man. Says by the grace of God, Eagles are winning. And now Brahim Diaz, one-on-one with Simon. What will you do from right hand side? Both are dancing. Still with Ibrahim. Ibrahim will not relinquish the ball. Alex comes to help defensively. And now they go back. Still from right hand side. Achraf Hakimi back to Brahim Diaz. He's dispossessed. Alex will be slow on the ball. The man is definitely so exhausted. Could have gotten to that ball before Brahim Diaz. And now to Mazraoui. Mazraoui in the center. And now goes all the way to the left hand side. And now finds Igamani. Igamani one-on-one with the Brights. Whistling that cross into the penalty box. Were intercepted by Bruno Nyemechi. And now to Mazraoui. Mazraoui with another cross into the penalty box.
Goalkeeper.
Headed by
Goalkeeper.
Kevin Bassi. Yes, Stanley Wambali Bobo comes to Gada. 1:06 minutes. Right there at the Prince Muli Abdullah Stadium. Yes, a referee blows a whistle for culmination of a first half extra time. Yes, after 1:05 minutes of football being played right there at Prince Muli Abdullah Stadium in Rabat, Morocco. Super Eagles of Nigeria nil, Morocco nil. Look at the statistics. So far, so good. Shots on target 1 to Nigeria, 4 to Morocco. Shots off target 1 to Nigeria, 8 to Morocco. A block shot 0 to Nigeria, 2 to Morocco. Ball possession 50-50. Corner kicks 1 to Nigeria, 5 to Morocco. Fouls 28-20. Throw-ins 20-29. Yellow cards 2-0. Yes, Morocco yet to receive a yellow card. Crosses 6-26. Counter attacks 1-2. Goalkeeper saves 4-1. Goal kicks 10-4. A most important start, Nigeria nil, Morocco nil. It's all about almost entering for everything the second half of extra time. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Okay, thank you very much. I already picked your call. Yeah, the WhatsApp altar. This one says, let's pray for Super Eagles. This match is going to penalty you. According to Ajibade Tiamiyu. Yeah, both teams just receiving pep talks from their gaffers. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Yeah, we can hear you. Just continue. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, Coach Dennis.
Yeah.
During the presser for Coach Eric Sekushel, he says the penalties is also something that they also practice during their training session.
Yes, definitely it will be a psychological battle when if eventually it pans out to be the shootout to decide who goes into the finals, because in recent history we are still reeling from what happened with the World Cup qualifier playoff with the Congo, and it definitely is this current same set of players that were part of that. And looking at the game, I don't know. I just have this feeling that a team was going to score, and that team might just be the Super Eagles of Nigeria.
Well, hopefully. Okay, final call before we go back to the game. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
It's just well done by you guys.
Thank you very much.
But please, I want to ask a very simple question. For over 300 million Nigerians, are you telling me we can't find a better keeper than Nwabali? I feel we should do something about this goalkeeping department. It's giving us headache. Well done, sir.
What's the name, sir? Okay, man is gone. He said over 300 million Nigerians. Can't anyone replace Stanley Wambali Bobo? Yeah, most definitely we are on the way right there at the Prince Mouli Abdallah Stadium in Rabat, Morocco. Yes, play resumes. Oh, wow. Frank Onyeka was down on the top. He felt that the Ghanaian referee was going to blow in his favor, but the Moroccans kept attacking. The referee did not even budge at all. They've now switched up positions. Super Eagles of Nigeria playing from right to left and for Morocco playing from left to right. After this second half extra time, if no goals to suffice or even surface, it will be penalties. Yeah, 2 players down on the top. Frank Onyeka and of course Brahim Diaz. It's all to play for. Super Eagles of Nigeria nil. The Atlas Lions of Morocco nil. Recall they are fighting for a place in the final for the 35th edition of the Africa Cup of Nations. Senegal already in the final, defeating the Pharaohs of Egypt.
For me, I still think the Eagles are still one-dimensional. We've not been able to tweak it. The only tweak we've had is having Moses Simon come in, and we are trying to create outlet from the left. But beyond that, it's still the same way we've been playing. I just think the coaches technical team by now, they should have 2, 3, 4 systems to override any system that the opposition brings in, because now they are still not creating the chances. We are still not getting balls and not enough balls to the attack. So I just think we should be able to tweak it somehow.
Well, Super Eagles of Nigeria has a semi-final record rate. They have played 15, won 8, and lost 7. With the 1976 edition played over 2 group stages. Of their 8 semi-final wins, 4 have been in open play and 4 on penalties. Of their 7 eliminations, 6 were in open play and 1 on penalties. No team has failed to progress from more Afcon semi-finals than Nigeria. Victory will see Nigeria reach a 9th Afcon final and their 2nd consecutive finals after 1988 and of course 1990. They will draw level with Ghana on 9 Afcon final appearances. And since 2013, only Egypt, Senegal, and Cote d'Ivoire have reached multiple finals along with Nigeria. When we look at their previous Afcon final appearances, 1980 with the mathematical 7, 1984, 1988, 1990, 1994, 2000, 2013, and of course 2023. They will reach a final in North Africa for the 4th time. And now ball in the hands of the Moroccans in their own half. A man definitely just wiggles his way past the Eagles, just trying to sandwich him. Still with Morocco. They are so flexible, of course, just enjoying themselves in this encounter. Achraf Hakimi from the right. And now goes all the way back to Igamane. And now they find their central defender in Nayev Agued. And now to his teammate in Adam Masina. Goes all the way to the left-hand side to Mazraoui. Mazraoui to the sidelines, Ismail Saibari. Back to Mazraoui. Well, Mazraoui do just looking to move into the half spaces. Looking to just whipping across, but passes the ball directly to Alex Iwobi. Alex Iwobi to the right. Now Faisal Deleba Shiru from the right. Deleba Shiru, just number 10 man for Super Eagles of Nigeria. Goes all the way back to Brad Osai Samuel. Samuel now to Frank Onyeka. Onyeka now to Alex in the center circle. Alex, what will he do? Passes the ball quickly to Kevin Bassey. Bassey now finds Moses Simon. Moses Simon now to Bruno from the left. Bruno definitely will whipping across. Now finds Admiral Lukman. Still Lukman. Man is brought down. Referee says nothing. Play on. Yes, a play on. Morocco will now attack. Yes, man is running through on goal. Kevin Bassey to the rescue. Now to the goalkeeper, Stanley Wambali Bobo. Definitely doesn't delete dallies. Passes the ball to Shemilogo Ajayi. Ajayi now in the half of Nigeria. Now to Onyeka. Onyeka now to Kevin Bassey. Yes, it's now or never. Bassey now to Alex. His teammates at form and of course Nigeria. Alex to Bruno. Bruno now to Moses, but well intercepted by Brahim Diaz. And of course Bruno goes down. It will be a throw into Nigeria. Bruno needs to be careful, else you get a needless yellow card in this encounter. It must be noted that for the Moroccans, they have been as clean as a whistle. Yet to be yellow carded in this encounter. For Super Eagles of Nigeria, Kevin Bassey, of course, Rafael Onyedika. Onyedika has been taken out time for Kevin Bassey. Will miss next match if for Super Eagles of Nigeria qualify for the final. Or maybe third place match as well. what is sacrosanct is he will not play the next matchup for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Kevin Bassey of Fulham has been so unplayable so far so good in this encounter. It will be a free kick to the Eagles, not far from the halfway line, to be taken by Bruno Nyumechi. 110 minutes, 5 minutes to go before penalties. Last time Super Eagles of Nigeria were involved in penalties, it was all about the FIFA World Cup Africa playoff against the Leopards of DR Congo. Same country, right in Morocco. Hopefully, tonight is indeed a beautiful night for Nigerians. Time check right here in Nigeria, 11:23 p.m. Nigerians are still up. Yeah, tons of fans right there at the Eagle 7 Babulajan Garden. Oh, watching this encounter on the gigantic screen. One of the fans right there just draped himself in a huge flag, colors of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Shout out to you right there, hello Jay. The man will be happy that the Arsenal also got a maximum 3 points and of course 3 goals against Chelsea. But all of those will not be complete without a victory for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. 111 minutes on the clock. Yeah, why not? If not, let's entertain your calls. 0700 2255 1037. 08127828497. Nigerians are still wide awake. Hello, good evening.
Ronaldo, the big game player.
God bless you, my brother. Welcome to the broadcast.
This is Alex Con. Even though we go tonight in Nigeria, go to win.
Yes, sir.
Well, I know say one ball pull for tonight to over. So you remember for the player, they made the countdown to the own shoot tonight, they made the countdown. We go win, we go the final. By grace of God. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Nigerians are still sounding so positive. And of course, optimistic as well. Alex from Abeokuta says Nigeria will get to the final. A man is so confident in Stanley Wambali Bobo, the shot stopper for Chippa United right in the PSL, the South African League. Yes, he was indeed impressive for Nigeria against the Leopards of DR Congo. Unfortunately, his players let him down. The likes of Shemilogo Ajayi, the man who got the first goal for the Eagles at this ongoing Afcon. Yeah, Brett Osai Samuel just lost the ball to his opponent in that position. Coach, what was that?
You see, the defenders, I see, you are getting tired. You don't have to dilly-dally. Get the ball, put it there. You definitely, because you cannot build up play now. And they know this. They know that our central Ajayi is not good on the ball. They know this guy is getting tired. So we don't have to. We have to watch it. Because now we are getting tired, and then we are very thin in the middle right now. So we need to be a bit more cautious. The Moroccans are not. They don't hold on to the ball too long in their defensive third. So we should be watchful as well.
Yeah, they launched one into the half of Super Eagles of Nigeria, headed away by Shemilogo Ajayi, headed back by Moroccan and Iraduel, and of course Alex got on fast. And now back to Morocco in the half of Nigeria. Another 50-50 chance goes to the Moroccans. Ademola Lookman is absolutely speechless. That was a foul on Tagaline. Let's go back to the phone line. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Okay, thank you very much. The noise right there just overshadowed your voice. Unable to hear you. It'll be a free kick to the Moroccans. Stanley Wambali Bobo. It will be a free kick to Super Eagles of Nigeria. Rather, it will be a free kick to the Moroccans. Achraf Hakimi is standing by this one. Yes. A man just delivers down to the 8-yard box. Headed away. Igamane from the left. One-on-one with Bright Osai Samuel. Bright. Still with Igamane. Igamane whips in across into the penalty box. Headed away by Kevin Bassey, still with the Moroccans in the penalty box. Super Eagles of Nigeria raising their hand for offside. Still with the Moroccans. Finally, they kick down to play by Ademola Lookman. Hello, good evening.
Turn your television and buy radio.
Absolutely.
And listen to 103.7. Live and direct. We are winning. Whatever happens, Nigeria is winning.
Yeah, thank you very much. Man says whatever happens, Nigeria is definitely winning. Loving the spirit and, of course, the passion coming from Nigerians. Back to Alex Iwobi. Alex Iwobi loses that one to a Moroccan deep in the half of Nigeria. And now to Fisayo. Fisayo now to Bright. Bright back to Fisayo. Still in the half of the Nigerians. Fisayo now finds a Frank. Back to Fisayo. Rather now Bright. Bright now to Shemilo Ajayi. 150 minutes on the clock. Nigeria nil. Morocco nil. Hello, good evening.
This guy that's the man of the match. He's really a great job there.
Okay, thank you very much, man. Says Bassi. Definitely doing a great job and, of course, a human's job in this encounter. Yes. The second most rated Nigerian player in this encounter. He's got a player rating of 7.9. Just only after Bruno Nyumechu has got 8.2. Kevin Bassi, a centre back, 26 years of age. Yeah, 26, a player for Fulham. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Yeah, good evening.
Good evening. Blessed from me for.
Yeah, welcome, blessed. Hopefully to be a blessed night for Nigerians.
They will run and fast. They will fall. Nigeria will win. In Jesus' name.
Amen. Yeah, thank you very much right there. Spikes of the Nigerian attacking. Bright Asai Sami, or rather Moses Simon with a cross into the penalty box. Well, it's accepted by the Moroccan. It's be a throw into Nigeria. Taken quickly by Alex. Alex now throws it to Kevin Bassi. And now Bassi in the half of the Moroccans. Moroccans not just defending. They know. Yes, the 8 machines. And now to Alex. Alex now to Bruno from the left. Bruno whips in a cross. Deflected off a Moroccan. Still with the Moroccans. Yes, and now they can attack. No. Now to Nigeria. Fisayo Delebashiru. Fisayo to the right. Now goes to Bright. Intercepted by the Moroccan. Saibari. Rather. Igamane. 136 minutes on the clock right there. Nigeria nil, Morocco nil. It will be another substitution for the Eagles here. Paul Onwachu surprisingly will come on for Victor James Osimhen, who takes off the captain's armband and, of course, gives it to Moses Daddy last Simon. You feel the referee, the gaffer, already thinking of penalties.
But then you see, Osimhen has been off the game since that slight knock he had.
Not the best of nights for him.
Yeah, definitely. So let's see. Just sometimes games just come out and make heroes out of players. Onuachu could just be the hero tonight.
Well, man has already got 1 goal so far, so good in this ongoing Afcon. Of course, another substitution for the Moroccans as well. Saibari out. And of course, Ben Seger has also been introduced. 117 minutes. 3 more to go before we go into penalties. A winner must definitely emerge. You either go hard or you go home. What a game it has been so far, so good for Nigerians. Not over to the fat lady sings. Football is like biscuits. You never know where to crack.
Hey, that's reaction.
Yeah, ball rolls to the path of Yasin Bono. Yasin Bono sets that one quickly. A long one to the path of the Moroccan, well intercepted by Kevin Bassi. And now back to Bruno. Bruno goes back to the goalkeeper in Stanley Wambali Bobo. Stanley to Bright Asai. Asai tells the players to just be calm. And now to Frank. Shot on target, 1 to Nigeria, 4 to Morocco. Quite interesting. And now to Frank the Tank Onyeka. Onyeka with a long one towards the path of Fisayo Delebashiru. Beautiful control. A man is sandwiched by 2 Lions. Back to the Moroccan from the left-hand side. Igamane. We're looking to go past Shemilo Go, but Bright comes to the rescue. Still with the Moroccans. And now they go all the way back. Centrally. Masina now to Naif Agued. Naif Agued just bobbing forward. Man has still got a whole lot of energy to burn. And now to Achraf Hakimi from the right. Yeah, whips in that cross. Headed away by Shemilo Ajayi. Back to a player. Whips in that volley. Wow! Just go straight to the goalkeeper. Center of the goalpost. Goalkeeper was where he was meant to be at the right time. And of course, at the exact time. That was a beautiful rebound that fell to the Moroccan in that promising position. Stanley Wambali Bobo cuts down like a baby. It looks like a training routine. 190 minutes. Now Bright with the ball from the right. Yes, man is definitely panting. You can tell. He has almost reached his elasticity limit. Kevin Bassi launches one into the area. Chased down by Delebashiru, not to be met by him. All players almost exhausted. Let's say for those who have just been introduced. Camera pans on Igor Ogbu. And of course, Victor James Osimhen, who was not involved in penalty shootout against the Leopards of DR Congo, will also not be involved in this one. 1 minute of additional time. It's already 1:20 on the clock right there at the Prince Moulay Abdallah Stadium in Rabat, Morocco. Nigeria nil, Morocco nil. Yes, the penalties will settle this duel. Final substitution. Camera focuses once again on Dr. Patrice Mosepe. Frank Ogochukwu Onyeka out for Samuel Chukwueze.
Definitely, that's a penalty substitution there.
Yeah, the comedian of the Super Eagles team, Samuel Chukwueze. A very, very funny and of course hilarious personality right there. A throw-in taken by the Moroccans deep in their own half. And now back to Alex Iwobi from the right. Alex now to a teammate in Bright. Ball rolls out of play to be another
penalties. We are up to penalties. That's the end of the game.
It seems so. The Ghanaian referee still has the whistle in his mouth.
It's blown. It's penalties now.
Yes, so finally the fat lady sings right there. After 120 minutes, nothing to separate both sides. Super Eagles of Nigeria nil. The Atlas Lions of Morocco nil. We're going to penalties. A winner must emerge to move into the final of the 35th edition of the Africa Cup of Nations. Who faces the Teranga Lions of Senegal? Nigeria, Morocco. Only penalties we tell. Yeah, still your champions are Dal Eagle 7 Sports Radio 103.7 FM. It's a now or never. It's not just about the players, but also the goalkeepers. Stanley Wambali Bobo versus Yasin Bono. Yesterday, the Moroccans will take the first penalty. And Neil L. And now we will take this one. Now we will the first penalty. A man who has got a player rating of a 7.8. A placer for the Giallorossi AS Roma. This Standi Olimpico giant is a central midfielder. 24 years of age. Ainawi versus Stanley Wambali Bobo. The referee speaking to both goalkeeper Stanley and of course Bono. Stanley Wambali Bobo of Chippa United versus Ainawi of AS Roma. A man takes that walk. Yes, focuses on the ball from the 12 yards. Ainawi gazes on the ball. Stanley versus Ainawi. Takes his run, absolutely sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. Bottom left corner. Morocco, they convert their first penalty. Morocco 1, Super Eagles of Nigeria nil. The fans are busting their boisterous. Moroccan fans all over at the Prince Moulay Abdallah Stadium. That was a fine penalty from Ainawi. Center Stanley to go get some donuts. Paul Onwachu will take the first penalty for Super Eagles of Nigeria. A man who was brought in a couple of moments ago just to replace Victor James Osimhen. 31 years of age, a striker, plays for Trabzonspor. Yeah, takes a few steps backwards. Paul Onwachu. A one-on-one with Yasin Bono of Al Hilal. Yeah, takes that step. Absolutely. Bottom right corner, fine penalty. Also sends the goalkeeper the right, or the wrong way rather. His teammates applaud him. That was a beautiful penalty by Paul Onwachu. Cool, calm and of course collected. His teammate definitely applaud him. That was a fine penalty. 1-1. And Morocco will take the second one right here. Morocco will take the second penalty. This one will be taken by Hamza Igamane. Hamza Igamane. A man takes the walk. Absolutely well saved by the goalkeeper, Stanley Wambali Bobo. That was so poor from Igamane. That was a weak team. And of course, a poor penalty. Looking to find the bottom right corner. Well parried by Stanley Wambali Bobo. Igamane misses his penalty for the Atlas Lions of Morocco. Man who plays for Lille, right in the French League 1. That one was well licked by Stanley Wambali. 23 years of age. Hamza Igamane. You can see the Moroccan fans' hearts are broken. They bury their faces in their palms. Yes, Yasin Bono will be looking at just redeeming Hamza Igamane. Samuel Chukwueze for Fulham will take the second penalty for Nigeria. Man of one will looking to causing harm against Morocco. Samuel Chukwueze was brought in. He's the right winger on loan right out of Fulham, 26 years of age. Samuel Chukwueze, one-on-one with the goalkeeper, takes his walk. Wow, what was that going from Samuel Chukwueze? That was him literally passing the ball to Yasin Bono. Same position Hamza Igamane played his ball to. The bottom right corner, well caught by Yasin Bono. Wow, Samuel Chukwueze looks like he hadn't trained all week long. That was so poor from Samuel Chukwueze. Wow, a fine save by Yasin Bono. The Nigerian fans can't believe it. They stay in disbelief. Igamane redeemed. Yasin Bono who comes to the rescue for Igamane. And now one penalty missed, so one penalty scored. Make that 1-1, the third penalty to be taken by Morocco. A man takes that long walk. Who will it be? Stanley Wambali Bobo will go again. Pam! Into the back of the net. That was a fine penalty by Ben Sager, who was brought in the second 45, just about 13 man for the Atlas Lions. The goalkeeper actually dived the right way. Talk about the left side of the post, but that was not to be met by Stanley Wambali Bobo.